Hello. Huh.
Alright.
Howdy.
Learning what steel types are
Hey.
you.
Hmm. So does that
Oh, you're
require
definitely familiar.
talking?
This is a shapeshifter.
Yeah, remember that little white and black bird
Oh,
creature
oh, that's
that you met
you.
the other day? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Who would have thought, this place would be so close, I guess, where I'm currently was.
Yes, it shouldn't be too far. It's like the very outskirts of Orlando. Just
Hmm.
in a low forest area.
Oh. Okay.
I got really concerned. I thought people wouldn't be able to find this place, but
Well, at
looks
least to give
like
us some, at least some,
Oh.
coordinates.
yeah, paths kind of lead to
Different.
glowing flowers.
Different compass directions, Oh, except for that, maybe that one.
Yes, I think all of them kind of lead to a same type of flower, which is very interesting. I'm assuming those flowers are very important, but I haven't tested them. So please don't, I guess,
Well,
frolic in them at the moment until I
Some weird, ancient
get back
scribes on
and
those
find them.
rocks. I think we should mess with them.
oh.
Yes, the runic writing, if you need to actually do some things, then the runic writing does have seed colliders and the crickets are having a stroke, so if you want to remove the crickets, you can.
Okay.
Yes.
Because for some reason the crickets, aren't doing crickety noise, but more of a having a stroke.
There's supposed to be crickets around here?
Yes, we're in the forest. I hope so. Be concerned if crickets didn't come here. They're friendly creatures, so they should be able to pass my runic protection.
Seems like, you got yourself a fire going.
Yes, I did. When I came here, there wasn't really any fire in the middle. There's a lot of,
Start it up. Huh.
Well, as long as the
yeah.
wildlife's okay with it.
Yeah, I had to
Someone got some sort
kind
of
of make
water.
sure that. Yeah, I have some water in my van.
Oh
I
yeah,
collected
I
it
got like
last
water
time.
type Pokemon on me.
Snowbellism. You have an element affinity as a familiar. Out of curiosity.
Yes, I have ice, so if things actually start getting really bad, I'll just, I'll, go and deal with it.
Okay. Because remember, your contractor was from Hell, so I presumed their affinity will
Didn't
be part
always
of
used
your
to be
affinity.
from hell. I used to have a summoner that was from, an ice kingdom. She was a frost giant. She's, I used to be connected to her first time, and then stuff happened, and I had to move myself to a different summoner. Um, Things got really tough, but, you know, I'm a lot more connected with the individual. I'm second connected, and now I get to do what I wish to.
Oh, hello there.
But there are definitely moments.
That's rubbish.
Yeah. Yep. Trubbish is getting bigger. Hopefully he
Oh
doesn't
boy.
evolve in my trash can.
Well,
That would have been
rubbish
that
evolves.
would have been quite the landfill of a mess.
Yep, I think it's Garbodor.
Yeah, Garbodor.
It evolves
Yeah,
into.
Garbodor. That's yeah, it goes from little boy to big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I may not be able to fit in his tiny little can, or my van.
Yeah.
He might have to sit on top of my van.
You sure the van can support the weight?
Or I mean, like a dumpster
I
on
hope
wheels
so.
might
Could say-
work.
Maybe you
I
get
could
like,
do a dumpster on wheels.
I guess if it does evolve,
There's a
at
whole
least
lot of
use the Pokédex to like check its weight.
yeah, that's definitely one of. Because the last thing I want is them coming through the
Is
roof.
there... Okay, so how does these Pokemon creature evolve? Is it through combat, or how does
Hmm.
their property changes?
Most
throughout the game?
Pokemon evolve through enough experience in combat. Some evolve through a high, through a very strong bond with the
Like,
person that helps them train, like a trainer, for example. Although there might be some cases where Pokemon can evolve when with a strong bond with another Pokemon, like a parent or even an adoptive parent, because there have been some cases of other Pokemon adopting the baby Pokemon of another species in the wild.
and don't forget too, some Pokemon can evolve using certain stones.
With items. I mean, there are also certain items and trading as well. However, trading does cause a bit of problems with their friendship level
I see.
or with the bond with their trainers. So might want to be careful with that.
Do you
I don't
intend
think I have
to
any
train
Pokemon that
this,
need like be traded to evolve.
mascot of yours, or is there no
I do
way
have
to
a couple
halt
of
its
Pokemon.
evolution?
Oh,
There
another
is an
thing.
Everstone, which stops
You
them
never
from
know if the
evolving,
person
and
that you
keeps them
trade
in the
with is going to make off
in
with
the
that
same
Pokemon.
little form.
I wouldn't
Um,
advise it.
But once you take
Well,
it away,
unless
sort
it's
of
someone you know, like trade and give it back.
Understood.
Yeah,
Just
probably
wondering,
better
Yes,
to
you
do
should
with
get
people you
idea.
know.
I believe Lily mentioned up to 6 Pokemon you can.
Ah.
Since they're more comfortable in cold environments, I'm putting them in a little bubble of just cold air in general. Help them feel a little bit more comfortable.
Well, the more the merrier.
yes, the more the merrier. Yeah. Okay, well, got a good amount of people.
So
So,
far, just 5 of us for starters.
so far, yeah, starters. I know people will start flowing in. We do have a couple still on the list coming in a little bit later, or they may tag along.
Strange enough,
I,
this is a nice forest.
I'm on the lookout for an Eevee to evolve into Umbreon or capture a wild Umbreon, primarily.
Well, Umbreons are pretty rare.
Um,
Well, mostly they appear around night.
Yeah.
It's not really rare.
Yeah, friendship and family bonds are strong, but sometimes not strong enough to allow evolution. Actually, in most cases, they're not strong enough to allow evolution.
Let's see.
Right? Whichever method has to be done.
If you're looking for an Eevee,
Yes,
I know they're pretty rare, but let's see. In some games, I think they kind of appear like near like towns and like I guess around like towns, like the outskirt of towns.
Yeah, like near they're usually near urban areas.
that's narrowed it down a little bit at the very least.
Definitely.
A fire type will be neat for cooking purposes. Because having a living fire will be convenient. As long as it doesn't like have fire on it, it's like, gosh.
Like a Charmander?
Have
Definitely
you guys
some
seen like a Charmander?
Charmanders.
I mean, I have a
Charmander's on
Charmander
fire.
form, but I don't know if I shapeshift too much, it might cause a problem.
Astral Sea 7 days a week.
Try to shapeshift too much. Be in your
Yeah.
form, which makes you comfortable.
Yeah.
And you're currently choosing Lucario.
Practical practitioner of Pokemon utility is better than just combat or
Yeah.
a pet or best friend.
In fact, some
or
Pokemon
Simply
actually
be my,
work side.
terrain. The first one.
That some Pokemon actually they actually help people side by side in jobs and stuff, like construction for the Machop evolution.
Very true. Each companion can be given a job. They don't have to fight. Like Trubbish and Snoms in my van, keeping the drinks cool.
Mm-hmm.
I feed them berries every once in a while. But this little guy eats a whole bunch of the trash, and he doesn't want to eat a berry.
Oh, that's what Trubbish
full.
prefers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Interesting.
yeah, it does.
I don't want to go.
In a way, it does help with the environment.
Mm-hmm.
It does, and it helps me with
Like also too with like
and I
a
have
little Grimers.
all of my other.
Yeah.
I have a lot of ghost types, as I realized.
Let's see. I have like
Five.
2 water types, a normal flying, and like a ground poison. So far I got 4 on me.
That's a great question. So the water types
Wait, you have a
that
Skorupi?
can spit or create water.
Could you repeat that?
Is it drinkable water or is it salty?
Skorupi kind of came to mind with the ground poison type, but I
Uh,
could be wrong.
the ground poison, it's a Padalian Whooper.
Maybe if you can ask them, maybe they'll filter it for you.
Oh,
That's fair.
Aldea.
But they'll
It's
probably
been a
use
while
salt
since
water.
I visited that region.
Well, technically I found this one in Olanosaka's sewers.
That's a good point.
Oh. Oh. Oh god.
Yes. Orlando Saka's sewers are very.
Yeah, there's a very overgrown crab that dwells in the sewers. Live to tell the tale.
Gotta be very careful.
At least I went with a group of people.
You did? You went with me? That's how I got Trubbish.
Oh, you still remember that.
Access to the sewer system, so
I do.
And also those like big whatever this hamburger goats or whatever. Beefed up goats.
Yeah, beefed up goats. I still to this day have no idea how they got down there. I'm not gonna question it. Sometimes Orlando Saka is just purple lotus, but on its good days. Well, on its not crazy days, as I should put it. Very chillax. Probably go back
That's fair.
sooner or later. Yes, I'm thinking about doing meetups every Thursday. Maybe the same time. Depends. I may switch the time over depending on the individuals that come here. It seems like the time that the streets open in Orlando seems to be a good time.
Yeah.
So I can keep
Well, it's
this
the same
woods
time
for
as the line fork, so if it is every Thursday, that
yes.
won't be too difficult for me.
Oh yeah.
Well, grand.
Otherwise, you need to fly from the Kingdom of Erebonia to this place for the
Well, I could
2
just.
hours, 3 hours, a better time.
I got a portal crystal.
Flowers.
Fair.
Well, I'm glad. Yeah, I got really
But I have
concerned.
a
I didn't know if
aren't
anyone needed
exactly
assistance
like
getting here.
I have a
teleports
portal
We'll-
gun, but that's it.
Teleporting to this forest
Well,
is easy,
the
but
portal crystal
finding
is a
this
pretty key
land
important
without
item to me.
wind.
It allows me to get back to my home world.
You think I could visit one of these days?
Let's see. Well, the thing about my world is that, all this would be considered fiction and might draw some unwanted attention.
Valid.
Yeah, I can
Very
see where you're
valid.
coming from
I
with
need
that.
Well,
Could
maybe in
probably
the future.
shapeshift into something.
Yeah, at least try to like, a human disguise. Well, mostly just basically my world's like pretty much humans and like animals who
That
are like
could
little
work.
guess on 4 legs and pretty much they're like cute animals. Oh yeah, maybe if some of you guys
That's fair.
turn into like little
Would you?
animals that are pretty common. Like try to like what I'm trying to
Right.
say is like if maybe
They
one
do have a
day,
human form.
yeah. Well, the thing is like my world doesn't know that the metaverse
Yeah,
exists.
that part of
Mm,
humans wouldn't be too difficult. Like a mundane shape with a fake ID.
Oh yeah, ID registration. Yeah, I don't think the government's gonna fight with that.
well,
Yeah, all IDs are very different. You would have to make another passport there.
let's
Does that like come
see.
from a different location?
You know,
Yeah, well,
you know, someone from one universe to another would pretty much be considered an illegal immigrant in every single country within that other universe, unless they manage to
Yes.
hack into the database and insert identification that way. But that might be noticeable.
Well, let's see.
yeah.
It
Some
depends. If
places
there's
are
like
very
50 people
concrete.
at once immigrating, that might be sus. But if it's just one person, just random country and making an ID and then make a visa that way, that might be less suspicious.
Let's see. I should probably also
That could work.
mention too that I guess the metaverse and my world are like different time periods. Well, here it's like 24, 23, right? But in my world it's 2023.
Oh,
I'm used to
okay.
2023.
It's an interesting one.
So
We
don't
have
expect any flying cars or
the
anything.
pandemic, right?
Let's say it's like just pretty like simple and modern.
Sort of
Just a
synthetic parts weren't.
just
Uh,
just
Yeah.
beefy gaming laptops and smartphones.
Yeah.
smartphones, no magic. That's
Yeah,
nice.
exactly.
I know.
Fair.
Let's
God, I
see.
wouldn't exist. Wow, I felt that.
Yeah,
Mm,
nanites aren't probably not a thing
maybe
there.
I guess if some people guess wear like guess just look human, just say like it's like some sort of like fancy like
I don't
cosplay.
know, this. Hmm. Could probably make like
Gloves?
silicone like cover. Yeah, silicone gloves.
Might
Like
be a
over
bit
the parts where the
small.
sleeves wouldn't show.
This isn't supposed to happen.
Mm,
Oh,
Uh,
schmall.
Yeah,
That's
that
not
is
supposed to
shorter
happen.
than even a halfling.
That-
Yeah.
Hush. 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 That's not supposed to happen. Something might have gone wrong with the shape shifting module, I guess. Hecking heck, bro.
Well, I
Yeah,
did see a
something
roar for a
happened.
brief second. She might have gone deep into the forest to do something. She'll be back.
might have forgotten
Huh?
something.
Yeah, I thought I sensed magical energy for a split second.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Or if they're
basically
butterfly wings.
yeah, there is cosplay in my world, like dressing up as fictional characters. I'm sure you could possibly slide by with just saying it's a cosplay.
Uh,
That's fair.
this might. Never mind. That one might overload module.
Yeah, we can
E-
get the costumes. If we ever want to travel to Nate's place, we don't need to do it like next week. We can plan it out.
Maybe in the future, but
True.
oh yeah, maybe
And
I
also
do.
one
I
that
guess
can
take it to my
cover
world.
both,
You should definitely see the blue
Actually-
sakura tree. It's a
might-
number one place for I guess tourists to check out.
I would love to see that.
I might
Give me
have a
ring
cosplay-
valentine from that tree. Love
I
to
might
see it
have
in
a
person.
form that could pass up as a cosplay.
Yeah. If we're talking about I guess heights, probably around average heights, like around maybe like 6 feet. Yeah, basically don't try to stand out.
like
I know
this?
that.
Depending on
Hmm.
country, like 2 meters to
It does remind me of a certain game
155 for
character.
males, right? Give and take.
Perhaps a character from Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah, it does.
No idea what that is.
Video game.
Sorry, kind of like the. What did you? What were you saying?
Legend of Zelda Breath of
Like
the Wild.
2 meters to 155 meters height. For like males, adult males.
I guess so. Kind of depends. Some males could be really small.
Yeah. Mostly, I guess, in heritage. You know, family traits or whatever.
That's fair, that's fair.
I must
Yeah,
ask,
Disney,
does your
what's
world
the
have
issue
a
from 100 years
ley
ago?
line,
Lane line?
or does it have any? Yeah, magical ley
Um.
line, like magic in the air, or is it just? It's not. Hasn't been discovered yet.
Hmm.
Is there anything stopping any magic actually appearing there, even if it's not discovered?
I don't think
I did
magic
not expect-
exists in my world.
Ah, okay. I need to avoid using any form of
I'd
magic
have to
or
take some mana
shapeshifting
crystals
if
then.
possible.
Mana crystals?
Yeah,
Yeah, just in case. I need
unless
to recharge.
his Earth has like superheroes or metahumans or demihumans,
I doubt
don't
it.
think any form of ability will.
Well, yeah, as I mentioned
Even
before,
psychic might be
like,
considered.
magic, you know, mythical creatures, you know, yes, synthetics, it'd all be considered fiction in my world.
How about psychics, like
Did you-
telekinesis
did you s-
or
Did you
psionics?
technically get isekai at one point?
Well, the reason how I got here was, an inner space malfunction.
Brainstorming shapes. So normal as human, as boring as that
You
would
basically got isekai'd.
be. Fun to
Yeah.
do. No offense.
So, let's see.
Selling a raw material allow me to alter. I swear I thought I saw something.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to
Send the
leave. Something has come up, so
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I keep
bye.
expecting a roar to.
sorry I
Yeah.
was
See
very
you, Jaya.
talkative. The sky was distracting me.
Yeah, it looks pretty
The
nice.
sky is very
Oh, yeah,
pretty.
it is quite beautiful.
Well, if you guys would
Don't
like
have
to
to worry
camp
about the
here,
blood
you
moon
can.
either.
There are plenty of locations for you to set up a campsite. Just
I got a portal crystal. I can just head back to my world.
Mm.
Hey, I got parents, okay?
Astral Sea, personally.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I feel that.
Yeah.
My children
Yeah.
are grown up. All on their
Well,
own.
I'm an only child.
But hey, we could plan a camping eventually, like a planned event, like a full night camping. That will be a different story.
I could probably find a campsite that I can rent out for everyone if
Well-
they wish to have like a camping day.
Yeah, camping sounds nice,
If
but
there's a way to text them,
the thing is, like,
maybe there's a way to text them and, okay.
my parents don't know that the metaverse exists.
Abruptly tell a parent
Like,
that
when I was
you
gone,
camp suddenly.
you know, before I was able to get back to my world, they were really worried about me. How it just, like, suddenly vanished, like, because of, like, little interface thing.
Still be.
And when I got back, I made a total lie saying that it's an interspace thing. Like, apparently sent me to, like, halfway across the continent and I had to walk all the way back to Floria City.
I feel that. I'm assuming this was your first time traveling, or how did you find it?
Could you repeat that?
How did you find this, I guess, timeline? Did you kind of come across it by accident, or were you adventuring?
Hmm. Well, let's see. The metaverse and
I was gonna say, get always.
my world, I guess, move at the same pace, but different time periods. And well, I was gone for like 2.5 months. So they were pretty
Oh,
overjoyed.
jeez. Yeah, that would definitely make a parent worried.
Yeah, well,
That would
they were
definitely make
pretty
a parent
relieved seeing that
worried.
I'm okay and unharmed.
I feel that. It's very worrisome, especially when time zones and time dilation is really awkward for different worlds, such as the Feywilds, and how their time is a lot more different.
Yeah, I've heard a story with like ebb and flow.
Yes. Amazing ebb and flow.
Well, one option would be to send a text message. Somebody they could be spending the night at a friend's house or something.
So
Like a
suddenly, like,
sleepover
it's
party?
already night here. Assume it's late
Fair enough.
this time.
Yeah, it started to become a little
Better-
bit later.
Yeah.
Like, I assume it's at least 5 or 6 p.m. His world, give and take.
Hopefully your technology
Still a
can reach
teenager,
that
like
far.
13-year-old.
Let's see. Hold on. He just pulls out a phone. Well, this phone isn't very high tech, and apparently, I guess, getting like text messages from the metaverse, I only get it when I come into the metaverse.
Okay.
So
So it's not
coincidentally, I
limited
managed
to
to
where
just
you can use it.
saw a little thing while I was just exploring the metaverse about these, I guess, looking for like the elemental guardians.
Interesting.
Besides, it's like, what? How many times have I been hosting this get-togethers thus far?
Well, we got together at Voyage, which is a whole different location, because you have to get through a portal anchor to get there. This is technically the
Yeah,
first one that isn't anywhere else. So this will probably be our main focus, because Voyage has a limit of their magical abilities, and some people don't really like the limitations of not being able to use their magic, so it's better for them to feel comfortable and even though
Yeah,
them not
imagine
attacking anyone.
Yeah, imagine boarding on a boat, and then you suddenly realize you can't change back to normal. You're stuck as the Pokemon and have to worry about people chucking Pokeballs at you.
Definitely, and making sure
Good
if you do
times.
go into that world, their place isn't very friendly with magic users. Lily has made a safe haven for a lot of her crew out in the ocean, so many islands are led by kingdoms of their own, and unfortunately they don't see magic as a very fine deal due to the war that happened a long time ago for their world. I don't really know the story. I don't really talk to Lily about her world a little bit. I only know that I work with her at the Purple Lotus. She does work as security or works at the bar. Normally she works at bar staff, so most of the time she'll be relaxing. Other than that, very good individuals, very nice people, but a lot of her crew do magic, but they don't have the technology there, such as, like, I can't bring my van there, like, the phones don't exist there, like, a timeline is completely different there.
Or nanites.
Nanites, yeah, they kind of deactivate, unfortunately, if nanites are going to be put forward. I guess they'll just go into sleep mode. They won't immediately get destroyed, but technology is very limited. If a nanite is used to keep people alive, that is when it's fine, because a lot of people get scared when their magic kind of gets cut off because they're assuming, oh, my magic's off, I'm going to die, I'm going to perish. But no, like the
Yeah.
land is very safe
Yeah,
and
like
aware about what
Dexter has
magic is
nanite in his
cancelled.
blood system instead of natural oil.
Yes.
Blue hair,
Yeah,
spikes,
So,
can make
nanites
2
is
giant
more like
gauntlet glows. Metal
my
nanites.
nanites were originally for like immunity boosting because I had a bit of a weak immune system. However, over time, they evolved into something that basically formed kind of like a symbiosis in a sense. So, in a way, they did augment my soul magic in addition to having modules for shapeshifting after
so
scanning
it's
an
not a
object.
natural ability. It's more of a module of
It's a
being able to
combination of
change your form.
Ah, okay.
yeah, they basically draw energy from my soul to power themselves,
Mm.
which is pretty useful in case of you know.
You definitely have
But
to
it's
be
all
careful
internal.
with that, especially
Yeah.
when it comes to soul sucking, because it can really affect you. Um,
Hmm.
Souls are very important for people, and if a soul gets halved or gets broken, the body and the mind kind of gets shattered with it. So do make sure when your nanites are taking parts of your soul to use as energy that you're not
N-
exhausting yourself
Actually,
when
they're
doing it.
actually it's basically like collecting energy that's radiated from the soul.
Oh, so it's not actually sucking it from the soul, but more of just a power source to help it boost it. Okay, then that makes me feel a bit better. I got really concerned.
Things
Ugh,
like the energy is using the heat from a fire, but not the fire itself.
but not the fire itself.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm glad. I'm
Like
glad to hear that. Okay.
radiation, but not the liquid or material. Can cause you to get
Material.
sick or worst.
Yes. I know that certain abilities kind of take a lot of. I guess magic it will always take. Unfortunately, there isn't a magical spell that has moments, so I'm glad that it's not taking something very important. Because a lot of people are
Yeah,
very.
as long as I'm not deprived of it for too long, like say a day or two, because my immune system would be like tanking without the
Be tanking.
nanites.
Okay, I do a lot of medical because I'm going to be doing a lot of medical for you guys just in case you do get injured and hurt on missions. Sooner or later, I will do kind of like a sit down with everyone to get to know their medical stuff, so at least I have some documentations on what that you guys can take, such as healing, magical healing, if you do have any abilities that corrupt you in any way. That's what I do with the staff at Purple Lotus. We always make sure that if there is a magical ability that corrupts an individual, we need to make sure that they don't lose their mind or get injured when they're doing so. Like for instance, my ice. My ice has a corrupted aspect of it. It's called black ice. Black ice is a more. It comes in many forms depending on the caster, but my black ice more evolves into the corrupted state. It feeds off negativity. It corrupts a lot of magic. Ice magic users casting, and also it can cause them to also be corrupted with black ice. It's like a virus, unfortunately, that I have a long time ago. Back in my past, I used to be a black ice caster a long time ago. I don't really remember that past very much, but I have a book in my library that's just completely covered in it. So I don't know what it is. I'm not going to touch it because I'm still filtering all of my ice for the time being. So making sure that if people do have abilities that they have to filter or have to make sure they're not having too much of their corruption pumping into their body and using it as casting. Sometimes it can have negative effects. Sometimes it can be passed on to people depending on what it is. So being able to find the source, understand it, and be like, okay, what do we do in this situation? Do they need to take a break? Do they need to like be quarantined? Because the last thing I want is Pokemon being affected as well. I do get worried about that because Black Eyes for me, I have Snom in the back, Bug and Ice type. I don't want Snom to accidentally be corrupted because I don't know how to revert that back, and I don't even know what's
So it's
going to happen
kind of like
if
a
that's the case.
shadow Pokemon.
It'll be a shadow Pokemon, and the last thing I want is Snom being corrupted, because I'll feel guilty. I don't want any Pokemon to be corrupted in that way, because I see Pokemon more as familiars, because I'm a familiar of my own. We're all animals. We assist in combat. We assist in activities. We are companions, and I do see a lot of the Pokemon nowadays more as companions, more as familiars that you summon to assist. It's just a different way of kind of looking at it. So it does give me a bit of concern when you put a Pokemon in a corrupted state. Hopefully we don't have that issue, because I recently got a mission brief a little while ago for Sinistes in an area doing their little tea party, and they're being terrified of something in an area. They're being spooked by something. The individual, I kind of went over and talked to him, and he was stating that he normally goes there to research Sinistes, and seeing how that population is, making sure they're happy, if they're in the right environment. But he's seen that some Sinistes have either gone missing, either have been scared to go into a certain area, or they are just kind of scattered and not doing what they're normally doing. So he's requested the guild or team to have a look at that situation, and then we have another one which is going to be a issue with a watering hole being poisoned. We do not know why, and the little town is getting worried because their water source is being poisoned. It's connected to like a mountainside. The river runs down and it connects to their well. But it's been poisoned, or it's being poisoned. And every occasion have random moments of it. So I'm assuming it's probably poison type Pokemon doing something to it, or something more sinister. Hopefully it's just poison Pokemon being curious, or them having a bath or something, so they're accidentally poisoning the water hole. But the other one, I still need to have a look into. The third one is a bit questionable. Someone found someone is researching Pokemon going missing. In the area, randomly. Even people's Pokemon are going missing and not returning. The police have been trying to figure out why Pokemon have been going missing. It did give me a bit of a concern for that situation, especially where certain Pokemon can do certain things. But yeah, a lot of Pokemon have been going missing. They've either seen drag marks, actually fighting marks, and stuff like that, so I don't think the Pokemon are going very willingly, or they are being dragged into a location. Hopefully it's just going to be simple, and it's just, I don't know, maybe Team Rocket, or Team Skull, or, the usual teams that like to steal Pokemon. Hopefully that isn't, I guess, too sinister.
Is that a baby Lucario?
Riolu,
Yes, it's
which is
it's
a
the
pre-evolution of
first evolution.
Lucario.
Let's see.
It looks so
Yes.
similar comparison to the other Pokemon's smaller evolutions. Side of the chest.
So you mentioned something about like being like some things can be corrupted.
Some things can be corrupted. Depends on the user, where they've been, where they've. It's kind of like, think of it like, I guess, a virus, right? When you get sick, the virus starts attacking your body, and then your antibodies start defending it. Some people don't have the right antibodies to defend that certain type of virus, so they're more prone to getting that illness or prone to getting that, such as my black ice. Ice users are more easier to get because black ice kind of goes towards a caster that is very capable of casting that type of ability. But also they go to a person that's very negative in their life, like, because the black ice will sometimes attach to people even if they're not ice users. But if they are ice users and they have a very negative outlook on places, the ice will start corrupting their powers and they'll start being, cyber psychosis?
What's that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
When
is it like
an
a physical
individual.
virus with the ice?
It's more of a.
Like, can people contain it through touch,
They.
or how does it spread?
Spreading wise, would be most likely. How do I put this? How do I describe it? It varies depending on how strong your emotions are, but think of it like normal ice slowly, goes smooth. Sometimes there'll be jagged edges, but with this one, it's very quick. It will spread on your arms. It'll make your arms sting due to how cold it is. It can also spread on its own, so if you throw one singular bit of black ice on the floor, it will just spread on its own.
Okay, so it has some sentience, but it
It does.
can be spread from contact with this ice.
Yes, so if you do not know black ice or how to remove it safely, do not touch a user with black ice because it can possibly start growing on your hands and trying to. It will try and eventually overcome you. Start making you into an ice sculpture if you're not careful, or even if the user
I will
is
just lop
willing
off any limb if that is the case, if that ever happens.
Normally, you can get the casters that are very good with black ice. Black ice is not always corruptive. It depends on the user. Some black ice casters are able to cast completely fine without having the negative traits, but some
I feel you.
are very unlucky.
I feel you.
Some are very unlucky, unfortunately, and have issues with having that. But yes, the cyber psychosis, going back to that, it's like when you have too much synthetic parts, your mind starts to go into a robotic mindset, or if you could describe it a little bit better, because me describing.
Actually, it formerly was identified as such, but lately it's become more. From what I've seen, it seems to be more like malware that manipulates the mind of the wearer of the cybernetics.
And the more
think about
cybernetics you have.
Well, at first it was considered that the more cybernetics you have, the greater the chance of being afflicted with cyberpsychosis, which basically makes you think that you're superior to others due to having more mechanical parts on you than organic. But the problem with that is, at first we all thought that. I'm starting to think that it's due to malware been injected and causing chemical imbalances that manipulate the brain. especially since someone had a program that triggers it, and they inject it into a system.
Interesting.
Yeah, that goes right over my head as an organic doctor. Then again, I never, for the last 300 years, even concerned myself with cybernetics, let alone synthetics.
That's very true. Cybernetics and people with robotic arms and legs and limbs to help them assist in moving, such as myself. Having robotic eyes, my wings implants because of accidents
Oh,
in
then
my
I'm
arms.
And I'm pretty sure the
I just can't
terminology for the
heal.
Maverick fighters is gonna fly over your head.
What's if you can't heal your friends, if they're an elemental or something else, what's the point? I don't want to go through the ordeal of feeling useless.
Well, I don't
That's
know the
why I
struggles
prefer
of a
silver
magic user,
tips.
because I'm basically human. I've got no magic abilities whatsoever. But I use like a
I mean,
magic
there are
equipment
devices.
item.
Yeah, mana infused items and
So you could be healed.
can basically supplement for that.
Snowbell could be
I,
healed
I take like... No, I
using
can like
organic
drink healing
after the body.
potions.
Mhm.
But this part that have any joints that are metallic, I couldn't heal.
Yes, all
Minecraft
of my synthetic parts
or
are
the
all
Zelda
magical,
series,
magical stuff.
Let's see,
Elder
Well,
Scrolls,
how about your
or
ribcage? Is that bone or also
basically I get
metallic?
It's
supplies from a
everything from my
wizard.
torso and my legs
Basically,
up
it's a
through
long
like
story
and my
of how
head.
I
It's
know him.
all organic. The only robotics I have is my synthetic eyes,
I would have thought
my robotic
Final
arms.
Fantasy,
I have
but I could
robotic
have been wrong with that.
muscle implants in
I
my
mean, he knows
wings,
how to
and
make
I
different
have
elixirs.
a robotic connection to my tail, so I can connect my wings to my tail.
What
and be able
clothes
to
does he
fly
wear?
Let's see.
I get that helps.
Like wears a hood.
'Cause yeah,
Like a cloak. He's got like
medically for
a cool
anything
staff and
organic,
a
I'm
book.
your man.
You know, just cast
Anything
magic
else,
with.
I will
Uh,
lead them your way, honestly, and be a nurse for you
Definitely.
if needed.
Yeah, I
That's something
don't
I
really
hate about the
know.
metaverse. Like, people love
Well,
being the main healer, but no one says ever like, "Oh, we need a second pair of hands," like just supporting or holding or helping,
Well, some
aiding with tools.
people come from a very interesting part where they have to do everything because not a lot of individuals are skilled to be able to do certain things. Like, I'm useless at technology, but I have robotic arms, eyes, and legs that I need to, well, not legs, but arms and robotic things that I need to keep track. And, like, I'm useless at cars, but I have a vehicle that I have to take care of, but I've made it. There's some attributes of my vehicle that are magic related, like runic writing on my car to make it teleport, even though there were moments with runic writing, it's so fiddly to a point if you literally write one symbol wrong, one incantation, you'll get a different answer. And, you know, there's my mana car battery, well, not car battery, but my engine. I took it out and I made it into a mana conductive engine where it has multiple mana crystals stuck into the engine, so it kind of feeds off the area, so I don't have to pay for fuel all the time for travel. If there isn't any mana in the area and it can't provide the energy, that is when the fuel. I did leave the gas in there, so I can still fuel it up like a normal car and drive it as long as I have the gas for it. So there's like an emergency system, which more of the emergency system is for the gas because gas is fucking
But
expensive.
that's always good. Then
It's
to have,
not.
though. Like, I assume
It
Travis
is.
could do something, consider they are recycled fuel creature.
And you
Garbage
turn into a
liquid you
Mewtwo.
use as fuel.
Yep.
I seen that one on a poster before.
Very.
Well,
very
it's a legendary Pokemon.
Mhm.
Legendaries are rare and very powerful. And you guys got a Mega form. Well, this is the Mega Y. I play a lot of Pokemon games, so I'm pretty knowledgeable.
That's
I'm
good,
glad to
but
hear.
does it cost anything to change to these states? Does it take any calories, energy, like
Well, I do get a little bit tired if I overdo it.
Yeah, you need like breaks, right?
Huh?
I guess breaks after changing forms.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes I need a cooldown.
vampires could just
Cooldown.
recharge themselves
Yes.
with life.
Sometimes I
As it
have a
is.
cooldown. It's
Ah,
usually
okay,
for genetic protection, but it's also to make sure I don't exhaust myself too much.
Yeah,
mm.
that sounds kind of similar to like my
Yeah, I'm gonna need to give you like
my little
some
magic
form of
item.
pin in my place.
Like I have like different like elemental crystals I can equip, the item with. Well, the item is called the elemental bracelet. So when I equip it and use a certain crystal, I can use magic. Hold on, just give me a second. He pulls out a white bracelet. He just clicks on, and now look at this. He pulls out a little red crystal, and this is a fire crystal. I got it from the Fire Guardian. This crystal, it actually has contains a fraction of their power. And now I can use fire. Care for a demonstration? Hold on. He just like snaps his fingers and
Probably not in the woods.
and
Where
just
it's very
flame
flammable, please.
appears from the tip of his finger. I wasn't gonna do anything too bad.
Okay,
I'm well
Just
aware that
one
this is a
single
forest.
spark.
I was literally expecting to shoot like a bolt of fire, like
Yeah.
a nail-sized
Like a
little
fireball or something.
Well, yeah, basically, I guess my bracelet has some sort of, self-regeneration magic.
Cool with a fireball-sized ball. Because most of the things he describes is very
A
low tier.
little bit on the edge.
You're on the edge. Be careful here. There we go.
You can fall
Um,
over.
There
Oh,
were crystals, by the way. They
Thank you.
remind me of elemental crystals, such as like you get the fire crystal.
yeah, like,
An elemental.
well, these crystals are kind of special. These contain, like, a fraction of the Elemental Guardian's power.
Okay.
Well, so far, I got 4 out of 7. I currently have water, fire, lightning, and wind. And there's 3 more I need to save. It's nature, earth, and the ice guardian. Well, I'm currently like on a trail of clues leading to the nature guardian.
Nice, this one.
True indeed.
So basically, the bracelet. It allows me to cast like certain elemental magic, but after I use that magic, I have to wait. It has a little cooldown before I can use like the same spell again.
So it's like it needs time to recharge, basically.
Yes.
Yeah,
Alert.
you're making my owl instincts kick in. You need to stop.
Hey, I'm on 50. No, I'm on 25 technically enemy territory. 25.
I
From
mean,
my
this
perspective,
farm
you
not
can
easily
literally
spooked.
trap me in this forest with your ice magic, with what you currently have on me. So this is 25% still, and I'm still just expecting to be on no alert. Sorry, Snowball. But
It's fair. I
there's
did
never
try and
a
make it
0%.
more.
That is true. I did put runic shielding kind of around this area. They'll just be kind of runic markings that will kind of protect us from any.
Yeah.
Unwanted attention, because I feel that all the time. Nothing is
Yeah.
safe, but
Yeah.
hopefully this location is. What I'll do is I'll put more runic writing around the area, so when people would like to start camping here, they can camp without having unwanted attention. Such as I can feel when someone walks in, if they're not very welcome. If they're not welcome, the runic writing will tell them to go away in the most nicest push out of the way that it could possibly have, and if they try and run into it, think of it like
Running into a
rubber
wall.
band. Yeah, run into a wall and then a rubber band just slings you off. So anyway.
That must be fun.
Yeah, I you know,
Oh, God.
I was like, wow, I really need a testing subject on this. A squirrel that I'm like, okay, yeah,
I bet you that
dangerous,
squirrel
totally.
is probably. I bet you that squirrel is probably using it just to get some fun out of it.
Probably. It was having a blast
even-
trying to get into the. There we go. I'm like, because normally
Yeah,
I would
you're-
say
you're
everything
that or-
friendly is fine.
Like either that, or might figure out that I can get some distance from here to over there in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, let me just use it as traveling.
Valid.
Yep,
does-
I
it
just
does
hope
help.
I'll go splat.
Yeah.
Precisely. Trajectory and all that stuff. But no, you two. I remember seeing Snowbell here in Blackstone for the first time when they entered it, and I literally just grabbed them by both of their wings, thinking they were some form of Sephiroth spy.
Yeah, you told me I was trying to steal
Wait,
children,
wings?
which I still remember that. Yeah, so I can turn into
Wing?
I do have an owl form, so I turn into an owl, and that's my main form. This is just my second one, make it easier so I can grab things and actually open doors.
Oh, I'm pretty sure also.
Dude,
Didn't you mention you're
you
got some sort of
didn't hear that.
shapeshifter?
Yes, both of us are, but they're more. They're a different kind of shapeshifter, while I'm a construct that has the ability to shapeshift through
yeah, mine's all
a skill.
magical.
Well, I know
I'm all
Ludric.
So
He can use
Mine's a combination of
illusions.
Tech and magic.
yeah, I'm organic through and through. I create bones, muscle mass, and all the fun stuff.
Well, the perks of being magical. But I'm here just being ordinary
Well-
human.
Mythological creatures does sometimes have affinities that are considered magical, but they're not. Most of us has a way to explain our altercation. One of my siblings can actually, because they are a fire user, they can mimic the shape of fire elemental, but they don't change their category. They just change the visual to mimic.
Yeah.
Like like a change of clothing for humans, basically. Like you alter your flames to look bigger than you are. Like what did they say about fighting bears? Like look big, don't run. Can't outrun a bear.
Can't remember. Mainly, with mine, it is if I get low on mana, I form into my bird. My bird is my form. And I take mana and I actually form into a human form. Normally, we will look like this when we go into the familiar plane, but some familiars will always stay in their animal form. They don't like walking around. They like to be the wild. They like to be secure. Because think of it like every familiar is it's kind of like the wild, right? Where there are certain predators to certain people. We have that. There are like, for instance, there are snow leopards in my biome, which eat us. Or try and go after us. Sometimes they'll just kind of cross ways or just kind of walk away, but there are some areas that people will fight for food by eating each other or by finding actual like natural resources like animals, just normal animals there, or berries, or people farm there as well. Like there's actually civilization in the familiar plane, even though a lot of people enjoy that nature aspect of just being an animal. Sometimes there'll be little cities, little towns, little kind of like camping grounds that people can sit down and relax. But it's definitely I guess shifting into forms is very different. Oh whoa, so big.
And
So
now they're
small.
really small.
Yeah, very small. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, many different. Magic is wild. It's
Hmm.
vast opening of
It
magic
is.
can come in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
Which is
Well,
very
the elemental bracelet is certainly something. Oh, it's an item created by the 7 elemental guardians.
Ooh.
And I guess my little quest so far relating to them is that apparently there's some sort of dark sorcerer that apparently, I guess, captured 6 and 7 of them, I guess, possessing them with some sort of darkness and basically using them as their own pawns. Well, the water guy managed to get away. And so far, I've freed 3 and prevented the water dragon from being controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like the guardians,
How was your adventure for it?
some sort of, I guess, looks like some sort of creature. So the water guardian was a dragon. Apparently, they have 2 different forms: a land form and I guess a sea form.
Huh. Interesting.
And the fire guardian is a phoenix. Soaring with those big flaming wings. The I guess lightning guardian or thunder guardian is some sort of yokai. Apparently
I know yokai
they
is very
they have like some
cool.
sort of ring around them with like thunder shaped like drums or whatever they are.
Oh, cool.
And the wind guardian, I guess some sort of majestic bird. A lot of tail feathers and control the winds pretty well.
Yes. Oh, careful! Don't get your tail apart. Yeah, definitely.
I hope
It's
not.
interesting. Different elements and then different creatures and stuff like that. Kind of cool. Sounds interesting.
Well, well,
It's
well, there is a wizard. I guess somehow he was involved with the creation of the elemental bracelet. He did also give me like the quest to help free the guardians. Well,
It's like I know how to make yourself comfy. Turn the van around. Turn around every now and then again.
Huh. A good place then.
Travis,
And
come here.
I'm just gonna get over here and
Come here, buddy.
gonna sit
Alright.
here. This is way
Scooch to the side.
Ow, ow.
Putting rubbish in here. Alright, everyone in the van.
Oh really?
It's more comfy in here.
Everyone in the fan.
Everyone in the van.
Well, it seems like
You may need
it's a
to
small
find
party.
Yeah, you may need to. Yeah, I don't have anything on here, so you may need to find something that you could possibly turn into to be a little bit bigger.
Hold on, let me just put my bag down. Just put it right here.
Plants.
Yes, it's comfy in here. Wait until they turn to a different form. So I wish I had a little collider in here that falls from. It would be very
Let's see.
quick to do.
Maybe eventually. Maybe
Also,
eventually.
to these, my adventure, I did have an encounter with this dark sorcerer. Attempted to try to just possess the water guardian. I managed to prevent that. Although the one thing I'm gonna assert that I guess stands him out is that he wears like a little mask.
Okay.
It's covered in, you know, this amount of his face.
Yes.
There
There
you
we
go.
Uh, what did they turn into? Oh, the Lucario.
Yeah, they turn into the original form.
They're in the carrier form again.
Before that, I was a Dragonite.
Yeah, they were Dragonite.
They were very big. They wouldn't be able to fit in.
like Lilith's Dragonite, that one's chunky.
It do.
Just saying.
Yeah, that form is a bit chunky. I'll admit that.
Yes, we do have another individual coming in, so pick a side.
Oh, let me scooch over.
Side, any side.
Oh, let me get my bag.
Side, any side. There we go.
I'll just put it right here.
Yeah,
Hold on, Ultra 2.
you can put it
Zip.
right there.
Hold on. Well, I got this from the wizard too. I think some of you might know, but he said he got it from some sort of merchant.
I'll just stick with this one for now. More comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I get to go floaty.
Fair.
I get to float.
It does remind me from, you know, a game.
Yes,
Well,
it's very pretty.
well, he used it before, like playing a certain melody that I guess helps send off like souls of departed.
Interesting.
He gave it to me, saying that it may be important in the future for me.
Definitely keep it then.
Keep it secure.
Oh, and it like your
Well, that merchant mentioned him that it said that this also has a
Sun flute?
counterpart. Well, it's called
Yes.
the Sun Flute. Well, it said that it has a counterpart called the Moon Flute.
The Sun Flute's supposed to summon. Supposed to allow Cosmoem, I believe, the form of Cosmog to evolve into Solgaleo.
Yeah, it is from the game of Pokemon Sun and Moon and
Like,
Ultra Sun and
like
Moon.
the lion Pokemon,
Yeah, Solgaleo.
Mhm.
evolution.
Funnily enough,
Yeah,
it's a
I hear
psychic and
sun
steel type.
in Latin like Solaris. But
Yeah,
hello.
mostly only if both are
Come on
played
in.
in harmony.
You have some room.
Who's here? Oh, hello. Oh, I seen you
Hello.
around the land of Saka.
Hello.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah, frequent there. Well, guess there's. I'm just gonna sit right here for now.
Yeah, nice and comfy.
Mm-hmm.
Watch your head.
Fire coming and stuff like that. Yes, watch your head for the Pokemon.
You're next-
healer.
Pokemon healer.
Yeah, no, I can feel it. Yeah. Certain advantages of being.
To be careful.
There
I'm
was I
having
am.
my tail nearing a vertically
Zip.
burn behind me.
Yes, you're currently sitting on Trubbish. By the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, Travis, but you are the pillow for now.
Or maybe
Oh my
let it sit on
God,
your
you
lap.
Use Trubbish as a pillow.
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure
Hey,
he likes
hey,
it.
some people
like the
will
scent.
pay me to use them as a throne. Just saying.
Well, not my Pokemon.
Okay. Thank you.
Do not
Well-
use my Pokemon as a chair. They're not a chair. Snom, no,
Good
you
luck to
can't
you,
freeze
Travis.
them.
You're
I know what you're doing. I know what you're looking at.
watching you.
Oh, well, actually, I guess
Probably
speaking
should
of
know.
freezing, you know, I guess the elemental bracelet, apparently it has some
That
kind of
Nectar
side effect.
extract?
I guess affects me.
That's a good
They're
question,
all like
actually.
container types of different juices for Pokemon because I make ice cream for them
Is
as
this
well.
that Snom you mentioned
Hmm.
earlier that I keep
Yes, that
Yes.
is
thinking
that
it's
is my
like?
snob.
It's adorable.
Mhm.
Yeah, I heard it's
I
pretty
saved it in the
popular.
Can't fault
Lunchbox.
me for thinking they are one of those biscuits that is like there's like chocolate on the inside that looks like a seashell that you bite.
Yes.
I keep every time I see this one, every time I think east. But don't eat trainers. If I find a wild one, I definitely will want to have a bite. But not,
Okay.
I'm not.
Note to self: never allow them on missions. Okay. Note to self.
What?
Anyways,
What do you mean?
Snom looks huggable.
Snom is
And
very
cuddly.
huggable. They're very shy creatures, and I also saved that one from
Mhm.
Munchlax. So please don't eat
Oh
them.
jeez.
They
Well,
already
as
have
long
a
as you can
shot
handle
with
the
their
cold.
one of their spikes. Yeah, they're they always stay in my library when
Yeah.
I give them little ice cubes to nom on. Like enjoy it.
Well, I guess
They
some.
also are
Not
a
unless a fan of
companion.
meat, then. Aren't you an owl? Don't you eat
I'm
other
not a
animals?
fan of people
Like,
eating Pokemon. That is my go-to.
I'm not a fan of that
Because I see
either.
Pokemon as
Why?
I
Why
see
would anyone
Pokemon
eat
as
Pokemon?
familiars.
That's
So
just gross.
It's
Yeah,
wrong.
people do.
people do still.
Fact of
Many
life.
people use Pokemon as in other worlds they do use certain Pokemon's abilities, such as Salt from the rock Pokemon. I forgot what they're
Mhm.
called. They're like a little
That
they're
and
like a
I
little
don't.
mini Minecraft salt creature.
Yeah.
Well, that and I don't really know if there are normal animals in the Pokemon world, so the Pokemon might be the Pokemon world's equivalent
there.
of animals.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm assuming they don't
So-
just like go out and hunt Pokemon. I felt like they probably just take the ones that have passed or are uh you know, or it's a lot more nicer way of going, but there are some occasions where certain Pokemon are used for food or used to gather certain ingredients for food. You know, there's a literal Pokemon
Yeah.
that's literally like a doe, and then there's another, like, there's a Fido, which is really interesting that I found out that their evolution version of them is used to grow wheat or grow certain things faster, which is an interesting discovery. That's why a lot of individuals have them around just to help the things grow and stuff. Just
Hmm.
very fascinating. There are definitely things that Pokemon can do to provide food instead of eating them, you know. You know, salt that comes off them or certain parts of them that kind of fall off that you don't really need anymore, but it's a good delicacy,
Like
you know.
basically, if it's
Yeah, like crabs.
if the part that falls off naturally and regrows is edible, then it's okay. But
Yeah,
killing
that is okay.
them,
But when it
no.
when it comes to actually like hunting them with a sniper rifle or anything to do with going their way and you know stabbing a Pokemon, that's when I start being like, yeah, that's a no for me, my friend.
Okay, Snow, but how about we make a contract? If I find a dead Snow, that's when I get greenlit. But I'm not gonna hunt after one.
No, if
I don't think Snoms
Yeah.
look edible, honestly.
They
They
don't
look more
really
like
have a lot
cuddle
of-
buddies,
Have you
though.
Have you tried eating? Rule of thumb: try everything once. Unless it's poisonous to you, don't eat it. Like pufferfish. If you can't cook it the right way, don't eat it.
I'm reminded
That's
of that one quillfish video. That one quillfish video
oh
with the
Uh-huh.
carrots.
yeah,
God damn it.
filled
There's a
up.
pufferfish version of that.
Yeah, it's a
Mm.
puff
And there's a
version of it.
quillfish.
There's
And
a
there's
quillfish version of
quillfish
that?
version of that. Yes, there is. If you go on YouTube, you'll see it.
I hate that. I'm gonna watch it when I get home and be a degenerate.
That is actual animal torture because they don't actually
I
eat
feel
the
that.
carrot. They are suffocating them just. But it looks like they're eating it.
Puffish is very interesting. An interesting discovery.
Hmm.
But yes, no hunting, but
Mm-hmm.
what is that?
Yeah,
term
it's
You know,
in
it makes
common.
it makes me beg the question where they
it
get
is a lot more common than you think, though.
Yeah.
But it makes me wonder where they get meatballs, aka beef, where they get the pork, where they get
Milk tank usually.
various poultry and. Huh?
For
I'll
Like-
stick with tofu from now on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sticking with tofu.
you know,
from
there's
now
I heard things called
Usually
like
Magikarp for fish,
like
crabby
vegan meat.
for crab.
like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like meat using like plant-based materials or
I
ingredients.
believe this guild is a vegan.
Huh?
I can't believe this guild is a veganism.
I'm an omnivore.
We're catching Pokemon, not
Oop.
making them in a delicacy.
Poop.
Jeez.
You can't, hey, you
Hey,
can't.
that's
You
different.
can't blame
Like,
me. You can't blame me for that.
I am very
looking
boopable in this
boopable.
form.
You know, one time I guess a word of advice. One time I booped a dog on the nose. They made my skin turn green.
Oh.
What kind of
Blood
dog
rock?
did you
Huh.
come in contact with?
Bloodrick, jackal canine humanoid. Four
Yeah,
eyes,
back then when I
black
declared a prank war on him.
I claim. Oh, okay, well that was your mistake. Claiming a prank war.
Yeah, I ended it as soon as possible.
Yeah, that seems like a.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds
Then
a lot
though
more
he
like a
did
you
win by
problem, not gonna
forfeit.
lie.
But hey,
It's
lizards
definitely
can in
crazy.
fear lose their tails. You could technically make meat.
I mean, I didn't do anything harmful to him. Like the only things I did were like small, like harmless things, like putting like a glass cup on his head. I guess put a little no on his back and said like, "Give me head pats."
What?
Putting like a glass of water and using a broom to hold it up on the ceiling, being like, "I need assistance," and then I'm stuck, and then you walk away.
Hey, I don't like take things too far, okay?
Or the shaving cream wake up prank.
Or the shaving cream wake up prank. Or like when you put shaving cream on your hand
Someone's
and you just
hand,
slap
and then
them
you-
hard.
Or,
Like,
or while they're asleep, you tickle them until they finally do it
Uh,
themselves.
Unless they're like a
Your
light sleeper, then they'll probably learn the sound of you like, you know, putting the whipped cream on the
yeah, some
hand.
people are really heavy sleepers nowadays. Like,
Huh?
they're at the very,
Mhm.
very,
Ever
very-
woken up bald? Those are the kind of pranks
I
my
have not.
siblings do. Because I'm a heavy sleeper.
You have a lot of
So
fur
you
on
had
you.
some.
That must be a pain to
So you had some.
freeze.
Yeah. So you had some. So you had a lot of fur knocked off your head, basically, and it took ages to grow back. How do you not
Yes.
have any marks from? How do you not have any shaver? Oh!
Yeah, I did see
Oh!
Uh,
those. Like little
Ooh.
anthropomorphic marks. Really. They must have like.
Gotten in a lot of trouble for that.
How'd you get
Well,
that?
the 4 older siblings gave them a good scolding and a half, and also didn't let them use their abilities for a couple of moons, but
So they
yes.
use them. I think that's worse. I rather get, you know, bitch slapped by an ice hand than being razored. No offense. I'd rather be frozen in
Yeah,
time,
that's
thanks.
what I was saying, like, a cream pie when you wake up, I should slap yourself, that sounds tame in comparison.
Oh, that was my goal. I
Like-
was trying to go too far, okay?
Another
Okay.
thing. Sharpie pen on the face while you're sleeping.
That's for a
Oh,
Jigglypuff.
that's awful. That is
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
a potion that turns
That's-
your fur coat looking like that. Okay, so what is that dog called again? That human wrote that is like a huge red dog, like house-sized dog.
Oh,
Clifford?
Clifford?
Oh,
Wow,
growth
it's
potion.
old.
No, Clifford. I basically have my fur color red, and I look like Clifford, but lots smaller.
Oh. Oh, that
At least it
sucks.
wore
I feel
off,
bad.
right?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like kind
Right?
of cleaned
Because,
off eventually.
Okay, good. Wore
I'm
off.
white, and now I have my brown parts.
Cute and fluffy.
Yeah.
Huggable and pettable, but I'm gonna refrain because I don't know if I'm gonna get slapped or bitten for even trying to
Hey,
hug or
if
cuddle.
I say stop, then you will listen. I'm sure of it.
I usually ask before I do that, but the booping was really hard to just not ask. It was just, I couldn't
Well, to
help
be
it.
fair, I that was at least called for actually asking about. Okay, so if we find like dead Pokemons that can't be revived, are we allowed to eat them?
What is with
Wait, is it
you
even
wanting to
poss-
eat Pokemon?
At least spare them, or
Resources.
make them play a song to at least, help send their departed
I
souls off.
would've-
No, wait, resources.
I was at the funeral, give him a proper burial.
Yeah, and play a little song.
Resources. Okay, we can play the song before.
Respect for the dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like me going, wow, oh, this dead individual, I'm wasting resources. Let me just eat them real quick. What? Stop!
Are you part vulture or something?
I don't know. I feel like he is.
is.
I feel like this is it. I feel like this is his true form. Maybe he's not. You know. Maybe he's not the species. Maybe he's lying to us.
Maybe he's not
How dare you.
Dado.
If I get a beat
Hello?
one day,
Oh,
I will
hold
make
on.
it vulture just for you guys.
Huh, who's that?
Okay,
Well, I mean, I see them around in Osaka.
Hello.
Howdy.
We're talking
Where's
about what to do
Hello.
when you find dead Pokemon. So you came in at the right time.
Yes, you can sit on the side at the door. We're getting cramped in here. I need to make
Yeah,
a bigger
it's
car,
Fair enough. Or you can just
bigger van.
put down a carpet on the side or something. Mm.
That's true. I gotta find like a nicer like location. I gotta figure it out. Well, sooner or later we'll have
or
a
like
building. So
make
this
this
is
part
just
of
for the time
wall,
being.
like foldable that way.
Oh, like
I'm gonna
those
have to cut
expanding-
into these though.
like one
It's
those
engineering.
expand
Surely you can handle it.
like one of those expandable RVs.
There's expandable. Yeah, I could. This is my more I guess traveling van where I guess I can fit a couple. We can like fit like what? If I'm not here, a good like we can fit like all of you in here, and then I could drive, and then I have
By
a
the
seat
way,
as
is
well that people can sit.
Is that a Pokemon healer?
Yeah, it
Yes,
is.
it's a Pokemon healer.
Oh, then this is the PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we all sit here in our humble beginning of PAG, short for Pokemon Adventuring Guild.
Pag, yes.
Yes.
People want me to
Pag.
change it, and I'm like, I don't want to change Pag. I think it's great.
Pag
You
is-
remember it, and it's funny.
Tag is Pog.
I was
Just
very
know, but you
tempted.
shall add then to the rules that we don't eat Pokemon, so it'll be a requisition to joining the guild.
Yes,
Yes,
do,
it's gonna be more than
I
just
highly
me.
recommend do not do not eat Pokemon. If your
At
Pokemon,
all.
if you are an owner of a Pokemon and your Pokemon does hit the bucket, then you have the decision on whether or not to give them a burial and be able to eat them, but I highly recommend, just for respectable purposes,
Mm-hmm.
just to give them
That
a
opens up a
burial.
can of worms of morality.
Yeah, it does, and it makes people kind of uncomfortable hearing that.
Squeamish.
Oh, when my Pokemon goes, I eat them. Like, okay.
Hey, morals is a good discussion and political opinion. If we don't have it open and someone brings it up later, we don't need to do like this whole like 1 hour remission of the same discussion.
Well, I guess some people have their different opinions about it, because it is... Pokemon can be resources, and there's certain things that you kill that can provide you with resources, which is understandable. I don't like wasting resources. But there's an occasion where it's like, are those resources important, and what are those resources coming from? That makes the decision of whether or not you take them.
Yeah, like the vulture comment earlier, that's like an avian, right? So they instead of making it rot and just stay on the ground, because naturally corpses doesn't fold
Well-
itself underneath the dirt.
Yeah,
Stay on
they
top
do
of
have a natural pecking order. Pokemon do
really
hunt
helpful.
other Pokemon to eat.
There's only so much space between your white thighs and my white thighs and Robin's white ass.
Okay, that my wide what now?
Your white hips, my white hips, and their white ass. Because they don't have hips.
Like, Trebuchet's not
Oh,
looking
yeah,
chunky.
There's no hips to lie about.
You know what they say? Yeah, pretty much. These don't lie.
Precisely.
But yeah, you're very welcome to like pop in if you want. Like that, you can sit on the side. You know, you don't have to like stand outside the door if
Fine
you
over
wish to
here.
come in. Okay.
There. Does this help? Does this
Also
help?
Helps slightly, so now I will dethrone Trubbish.
Ah, I've been usurped from the throne.
Stop sitting
I'm
on
no longer a
rubbish.
queen.
Hold on.
Longer
Also, since we're all here together, should we like mention like this, medical treatment?
Medical wise,
Yeah.
we'll probably do when we have the bigger place, so I can actually do proper medical. Because this isn't I can't really do my work in here, unfortunately.
Okay,
fair
it's
enough.
too
I only have
uncomfortable.
certain boxes. Yeah,
the
and the
last
last thing
5
I want
minutes.
is
And I do have basic first aid and stuff, but yeah, if it's too bad.
Definitely, I will be
Yeah, I
sending you
can't.
guys. If it gets really bad, I'll be sending you guys to the nearest hospital. The last thing I want is you
fair enough.
bleeding out and me having to. You know, I don't really want that, to be honest.
I mean, heal
Yeah.
potions
The-
can probably be spammed.
The fact that I'm used to that.
That's true. Anything that can heal and stuff like that, we just gotta be careful with the amount of stuff that we bring and providing it with But yes.
Well, that's fair, but at least we know. At least we have 2 doctors that's gonna be here, probably every first day, at least from my end, side of the
Yeah.
kingdom.
If people
if you're an
know just
organic, I
basic
can heal
first
you.
aid, then you should be
That can actually go really far.
A-okay.
You should probably even have education of first aid.
Mhm. Yeah, personally I know first aid and a little bit veterinary skills, but not anything official.
I
only really know I'm gonna try something.
Pokemon or dimensional.
Let's see how. Oh, This is
Oh, geez,
way
you got
more
small.
Mom.
Well,
You heard nothing.
some of the
You
parts
heard
I have.
nothing.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Hmm?
Well, some of my raw
Hush.
materials does let me shrink through various means. The toilet form is just so I don't get patted, or discriminated, or called a human dog, or the list goes on.
You're not.
Fair
You're
enough.
not a human dog. You're not a human dog.
At the line fork, every single week, there's always two people that consistently says it. And I keep having to
Well,
almost
yeah.
whap them over the head.
You're pretty much
Feel
an anthro.
Yes, and they still
There's
call
a
me.
difference.
I know.
Do they at least ask before petting you?
Sometimes no. Sometimes they just actively ignore personal space.
Oh, you know what the metaverse is like. Cute things, pat on the head. That's pretty much it. It's kind of... I have that. Some people, when I'm in my owl, they grab me, and then I'm like, I guess I'm being picked up by a person,
what
I guess.
What does your owl form look like?
Well, I have robotic wings, but think of it like a snow owl. I'm a snowy owl.
Oh.
Think of like a wizard's owl, but with mechanical wings.
I've seen it once before.
Hmm.
Yes, with a lot of scars on my back for my surgery I had my
Ooh.
wings.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's fair.
it's a lot better than it was. It's
doesn't
healed,
sound
but
very-
Hmm.
fortunately it doesn't. It shows on my owl. Yeah. Some
But
people
I'm
ask
not
me,
gonna
like,
go out of my
what this-
way of trying to kill any Pokemon just to have an excuse. I'm not gonna eat any Pokemon that isn't naturally dead without consulting the Guildmaster.
Okay.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
Fair enough. I feel like just in general, just think about where your materials are coming from and how you got it, because you know.
Really great bean.
Beans.
Plus, some Pokemon are poisonous, so I can imagine eating those is not the greatest
Yeah, don't eat poisonous Pokemon.
Hmm.
We can probably like. Okay, is there like a device you can use, like Lily's Pokédex or whatever, to detect what is a poison type?
Yes, you should be able to.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's also a lot of visual
Extras.
cues
yeah,
as well.
strangely, even though I guess my phone's technology is different from the metaverse, but somehow I guess after registering my trainer's license, somehow I guess a Pokedex app got installed on it.
I'm listening.
I don't know, I do
Yeah,
find it
you
strange.
can also install a Pokedex app on your phone as well.
Oh, hey, Ron, how
that's
you
something I will
doing?
need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that a Rotom phone?
A row what?
Yeah, the Rotom phone.
Yes, I have my Rotom at home.
Hmm.
I thought
Yeah.
they were orange.
Well, it
You
can
can
be
change
any
different
color.
phone cases.
It's just a case, yeah. And then they possess the phone.
Ah, okay.
You know, once I also heard there's like a
I was going
Rotom
to,
Dex.
Less than 30 Pokemon?
Rotom Dex. I was going to
Mostly
provide
from Lily?
sooner or later when I get some more money coming
they have, like,
forward, I'll
8, I
start
believe,
getting some
so-
pins, some badges, and maybe some
I bet you
Pokédex
see
covers
most of
for
them
people
because
to have.
of me.
So at least
No,
they have some.
I
on hand, 'cause
believe
some people just don't have the,
The
money to buy them.
recent 7
Really
is
expensive.
from you, for sure. Riolo,
Yeah.
Lucario, Mewtwo,
I got that one as a
Physically.
birthday present.
Mega Evolution,
The phone.
Mewtwo.
Rotom I had to...
Dragonite is
Which counts as
Lily has.
one.
Yeah. That was an
Right,
experience and a
Rotom was
half.
my
minute.
first.
They
Yeah,
have that
Rotom was my
too.
first Pokemon that I
It's a
caught.
variation.
It was just a little guy, and I picked him up, and he was just like, "You want to come on an adventure?" And he was like, "Oh, happy."
I
Yeah.
do have
And I
a Lycanroc
played with
form,
him a
but
bit.
it carries a boom box everywhere it goes.
Mhm, mhm.
Huh. Interesting.
Ah,
I
But yes,
also
I
have
need
a
to
shiny Zoroark
create a
form.
pin for you at my location if we ever visit my place, because I usually don't allow natural Pokemon unless they have like an anthropomorphic form, because we had a bounty hunter visiting the Dream Tree, and they were a Meowth that turned into a humanoid. So I gave them a soft pass. Because I don't see a reason why they should be in the Astral Sea to begin with. Why should a Pokemon just randomly appear at my garden, or my beach, or inside my fucking house?
And all of a sudden, it just
Wait,
turned
so
to a
there's a
human,
hunter that
and
hunts
just
Pokemon
go.
out
You
there?
never saw it coming.
Exactly. Like, what if something huge enters when I'm in the bathtub and just... Excuse you?
Mm.
Excuse you? Like, I seen Dragonite, and that is like a... decent, chunky boy.
Yeah, I was someone. I guess, last time we met up. There was actually a Dragonite with a little pirate hat.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's just cute.
Yeah.
But yes, no Pokemon unless I authorize them to teleport in there. So I will give a pin to those that are creatures that can shapeshift, because I don't want people to get confused. And also your shapeshifting ability is rather unique. That will give you indication method. So you're on the
Very
outside.
trendy.
This person that is the Mewtwo can alter their shape to not only Pokemon but also a very small avian. And that's another one.
A shiny Zoroark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay, I was about to ask if it was another Lucario evolution. That's the purpose.
Does it look like one?
A little bit. It's like canine-esque.
I do like the color scheme.
The ways it's to him.
Pretty satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more used to the original one.
Doesn't have the metal parts on the shoulders.
Yeah, the original one's nice as well. I like their hairstyle. It's kind of dope.
That's a lot of hair.
Lot of fur, yeah.
Well, Zoroark is the illusion Pokemon.
Yeah.
This- Oh, they have an epithet. That's neat. I can respect that. Yeah, where I'm from, we call if you have an epithet like a nickname, or you're called something where you're from. Like my epithet is the living taxidermist because my means is using material to alter myself. Therefore, the living taxidermist.
That's not correct at all.
Is that why you want to like take the Pokemon stuff? You just want to become a Pokemon? Is that what's going on?
Hey, I never tried
I wanna be a Pokemon.
but
So I do.
maybe. What if I could make like a Pokemon fusion?
Oh,
Like take
That's
something from one
terrifying.
Pokemon.
Yeah, not the most greatest
Probably
thing.
not a good idea.
Yeah,
I don't want to
No.
don't mess with that kind of stuff.
What
It
stuff?
doesn't end well.
Pokemon
splicing
fusion.
Pokemon.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
But
it
But
doesn't,
using
does
my
not end
ability
well
rather than
either.
splicing actual Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, it might be possible with shapeshifting, but it might have some adverse side effects. Especially if there
And that's
is
trial and
much of a
error.
compatibility between the any Pokemon that are fused in the transformation module.
So I presume this has been done before, but actual technologically.
We don't really know. I know that I've had a mission. There is. So I already told like most of you, but two of you. I think there's actually another individual on their way, so I'll probably wait until they come here. But there is a bit of a. There's another message I received a little bit ago, stating that Pokemon have been going missing in the area.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Always hard to figure that sort of stuff out.
I mean, if you
Alright.
guys need music, I can play my flute.
Yeah. You know what? Sure. Why not? Let's have some flute music.
I mean,
Perfect, yeah.
so far I know all I know how to make like I guess, songs. So don't expect
songs.
anything long.
I don't know.
I recognize that energy.
Hmm?
Hey, Astra!
Howdy. Oh, give them a moment.
Girl Squad!
Don't worry. I'm here to
Hey,
cause
we're from
absolute
the
chaos.
same guild, me
who?
Astra.
Nice.
Oh,
Phoenix Girl.
hey!
You see
Never
them?
thought I would see you here.
Hi.
Oh, give him a sec.
I'm always. I'm always fluxing. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
Hey, headaches happens every once in a while.
The universe
Yeah,
hates
good to
me.
see
That's
you.
how it be.
Hey,
I feel that.
the day after tomorrow, we're having the next meeting, so...
Hopefully, I'll be able to make it.
I will try to not oversleep.
Yeah,
That was my mistake
my
last
days are
time.
very busy. I also may have had an issue. I also may have had an issue the first time I went to place for the meeting.
That's fair, that's fair.
Building the meeting was held and looks a lot like the building that I did.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, weren't you at the first meeting when we named the Blue Roses, Astra?
No.
Ah, okay, so your
That's the
first meeting will
second
be the one
meeting, the
after
first
when
one.
we were in the big mansion.
Yeah.
I believe Silky and the others will definitely make... We'll go into a different location if it doesn't make you comfortable.
I don't
Stretch.
you guys see but if you look at me, kind of sketched on a couple things because of the the flux likes to take me. I see. It's stealing my kneecaps.
Yeah, it stole my lips. It's, using mimicry.
Hanging tree.
So who's this
Also had
individual we're
to
waiting for?
That was the individual that we were waiting for.
Oh. So...
They're taking so
I
long.
think there's a. Yeah, I know that. Oh. This. Uh oh.
Hmm?
I'm sorry.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you did.
You're good. You're fine. Take your time.
The flux
completely
just took your
fine.
voice.
Oh no.
Flux is always taking my voice.
Yeah, sadly.
We need to turn your eyes down very, very low to a point where you can't see certain things. That would probably assist you in your
I always have.
fluxing adventure. Oh.
Always do. I wish I was joking. I'm sorry.
What technology are you using to keep yourself in this world? Are you using a runic writing of a PC or runic writing that's a laptop? old and faded.
I did not hear what they said.
All I heard was old and faded.
Runic writing laptop or runic writing PC?
Assuming it's a runic writing of a PC, but the runic writing is a little bit dusty.
Okay,
It may
we
need
got
to
PC.
be- Okay. I'm assuming it's a very old runic writing that's been there for. May need to think about assisting
Yeah,
in
we're not
that.
that many, and since they joined,
Excuse me? Sorry. Oh.
you say that, so that was getting that rubbish squash almost.
Chaos. I love
I'm
chaos.
usually the one giving a lap, but not the one usually being the one sitting. Intimidating, nice.
Zip. Gonna need a little pastime then.
Fair enough.
Well, who knows? Like, maybe I could play some tunes, you know, to help with the guild. Like, maybe, for example, I guess waking up as Snorlax.
Well, I do have a little bit of a fun little thing. 'Cause now we got some new individuals here.
I guess we can start talking about couple of fun little things that I have been planning. So we have 3 missions that I'll be putting down in your little in your little text messages and stuff like that to understand what these missions do. The first one is, so there is like a little old building.
Did a Flux take him?
A scientist kind of. Oh no.
Yeah, the flux.
Yeah, the Flux took
dear.
them.
May they rest in peace.
They'll,
I love the flux.
yeah, they'll probably come back and stuff like that. The Flux may be too bad for. I don't know what else I can do for them.
Allow me to send those departed souls off.
It's
Yeah.
probably just their build based on previous experience with them.
Yeah, I think their runic writing isn't strong enough to handle the amount of things in this world. So they may need to boost their runic writing and get that looked into. Yes,
Because the location itself isn't too
You're gonna
large,
say something
so
about some sort of
as long as
scientist?
they clear their ears.
Yes, sorry.
Sure.
Getting distracted. So there's a scientist that looks into ghost type Pokemon. He currently looks into more the ghost type Sinistea, which is a little tiny teacup, little teacup
Yeah,
ghost.
the teacup.
Knock it off
They
almost.
have seen Sinistea kind of grouping about and having like a little tea party of their own.
That's cute.
That's what the scientist told me. Normally he goes there to check on the population, to check how they're doing, see if there's any new Pokemon around, any ghost type that have kind of flourished in. It's like an old Victorian building. It's very antique and it has a lot of just old places, old things in it. He has, oh yes.
Well, that's obviously a perfect place for ghost type Pokemon to be around.
Yes, a very good sort of ghost Pokemon to be around. So the scientists has come back, told me that there's some weird patterns with the Sinistées recently. They haven't been doing their usual thing, which is group up, having a tea party, enjoying their time there.
they have seen it that some Sinisties have been nervous about something. They have either been spooked by something or have been not very happy with what's going on in that place. So they've been like very territorial and very like spookish. Which has made the scientists kind of be very questionable, because normally Sinisties are they're very happy in that area. Then there's nothing for them to be that worried and that scared. So what I'm probably going to do is allow you guys to go meet the scientist and see whether or not you can assist them in helping them. Also, the Sinisties are wild, so if you'd like to catch one, I asked them if it was okay for you guys to catch the Sinisties, and they were like, as long
And
as
Sinities are a type of Pokemon or a type of Pokemon?
they are a type of Pokemon. They're a ghost type.
Mm-hmm.
They're like
Like
a
how
little...
Lucario is type of Pokemon, but they're not whatever type. Like, we spoke about Steel Fighter earlier with the other transformation as Lucario. Is Sinities like the Pokemon name, or is it like the
Yeah, it's the Pokemon name.
typing?
Yeah.
It's the Pokemon name. Yeah.
Since since he's
Okay.
basically the species name.
Okay. That's something I'm gonna learn each time we do these missions, if it's like a typing or a name. How many types
That
are
being
there
said,
actually in Pokemon? We mentioned poison, we
last
mentioned
I checked-
steel, we mentioned
I
fire.
think there's about,
Generally,
18
there are
Pokemon
18.
different types.
Yeah.
Some regions might have unique typings of their own, or
can-
that aren't
Yeah.
associated with the actual typing list.
Can I make an example?
Which are somewhat rare.
Sure, go ahead.
You know whoopers, right? Little cute little ones. They're normally on water and ground, correct?
Yeah, hello.
But a Paldalian one, however, is a ground and poison, and they actually evolved into a different Pokemon called Clodsire.
Mm.
Is Wooper the strangest little 8-shaped water Pokemon that is like blue, and there's
Yeah.
like a brown version of it?
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of
Okay,
looks like
that one
an axolotl. It kind of looks like an axolotl, but without arms.
Yeah, you used to see
That's
them all
my
the time
best
at Orlando Saga.
Okay, that one I've seen. That helps a lot.
Returning to what you were saying,
Yes.
so we need.
So yeah, returning to what I'm saying. So mainly a group of you will go to the scientist that normally vacates the area with all the Sinisties. You'll kind of investigate why Sinisties are being so nervous and kind of help the scientist kind of deal with the problem, if it's a Pokemon that's causing it, or if there's another entity creature, such as it's not a Pokemon but an actual, threat. I highly recommend bringing a weapon with you just in case it isn't,
I got it covered.
and it is a creature that... Okay, so...
Yeah, I can deal with that.
Yeah,
That's
no
what I usually do deal with.
I use magic equipment items,
Crazy for a lot of it.
like summon weapons.
Yes.
I don't have a trainer ID. So I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do anything to help.
I highly recommend you go to Orlando Saka and grab yourself a Pokemon ID before you...
Yeah, it's
I
free.
will be
You just
ama-
like
It's free, yeah.
10
You don't have to pay
seconds.
for it.
You just
Mm.
need to write down
Yeah.
some stuff,
Sign in.
for
Right.
or
Basic
fill out some.
information.
Details.
Okay, can
Also
someone
be
help
weird.
me fill one in then? Because I can't enter Orlando Soccer.
Sure. Why
Wait,
can't you enter Orlando
enter in
Soccer?
Orlando's- Why can you enter
Ow.
Orlando Soccer?
And
I've
in a
drove it 2
Pokemon
years.
form, I might be able to translate what the Pokemon are saying as well. So
I haven't
it might
seen
make things easier.
Patty and the others
Same.
to see what I can do. So,
Okay, I'll bring something that you can sign, or I'll try
Hmm?
and sign one.
Hmm?
And if that's the case, if you can't enter in Orlando Soccer, okay, it's a bit concerning.
I think you can do it online if I remember correctly, so we could just you know,
I think so.
it would work on.
But yes, but yeah, just kind of going in there, identifying if it's not a Pokemon, then you can dispose of it, or try and move it
Okay.
if it's
Yeah, if it
causing
is
any
another
issues.
creature, I can help deal with that as well.
Hmm. So can I.
Just kind of my
There may be some
job.
other ghost type Pokemon there. It might not always be Sinistea. You never know what you're gonna find if you go and explore.
Mhm.
I recommend exploring everywhere that you go because there may be some fun little things that you can find.
Yeah.
The other mission is a little kind of like village that sits near a waterfall, and that's where they get their drinking water. And they kind of like use it to bathe themselves, cook it for drinking water, cooking in it. Recently, they have found it to be poisoned.
Oh.
Just random bits of poison being filtered into their water supply, and they've been kind of questioning whether or not maybe it's something sinister, or someone's doing it, or it's Pokemon related. They're assuming it may be a poison Pokemon just being around the area, maybe just using the watering hole as well as them, or it could be, someone being, an evil individual. You know what people are like. Oh, this guy
said by the
stole my
mountain.
potatoes. Yeah, it's like a river that flows down. So it's like the mountaintop has like a waterfall area that has a cave built underneath, and that's where people go to get their water supply sometimes. Or they'll get it at the lower stream where the stream actually meets in the middle of the village. But they're thinking they don't know where it is. They don't know whether or not the water is being poisoned at the top or it's being poisoned in the middle. But I feel like
Okay, so
I'm
that's
assuming
where we were coming in to check either
that's
middle
where you're
or
going
the
in
top.
to see whether or not if it's the middle or it's the top, because there's some poison types are normally in caves, or there's poison types that do wander around. You gotta kind of think about where Pokemon live, how are they gonna get there, and do you feel like is it gonna be at the top or is it gonna be in the middle? Kind of like identifying it, or maybe it's like just just natural normal Pokemon. Because the last thing we want is Pokemon getting sick by drinking that water, because Pokemon also use it to drink and to bathe themselves and to like everyone else does. So we gotta make sure that they don't get poisoned too. So the last thing we want is poison Pokemon coming into the Poke Center because they're being poisoned by the water. And then the third one, which is a little bit concerning, an individual contacted me. I think it's like a city folk or a village. They were telling me that Pokemon have been going missing randomly. They don't know the reason, but the population of Pokemon around their area has been so thin that they're getting really concerned if it's overhunting. People are hunting Pokemon and they're not telling people about it. People are taking Pokemon and selling them, such as, Team Rocket, or something more sinister is going on. So that's where you guys will go in, investigate. If you guys are going on a mission, do make sure you can't go on multiple missions. You can go on and pick one of the 3 missions that will be available for you. So it just leaves people that are not able to make a certain mission, or they're not able to make it, can have a mission available to them. These missions will probably be a team of 4 to 5, and if it's more of a actual serious issue mission, it will be up to 6. So you have a good team of 6 with a good team of people that will be bringing Pokemon. But yeah, I highly recommend, if you do have Pokemon, to use them in battle all the time. But in a serious situation, if your Pokemon is
Or
out,
Pokemon form?
Pokemon form, yes. If you can change it to a Pokemon, just be aware that there's certain Pokemon you can't turn into.
Because it might freak some people out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then there
Yeah.
might be some Pokemon that are not allowed in certain regions.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Mm-hmm.
So certain regions may have like,
I'm already brainstorming the poison
Restrictions.
well one, honestly, because
There's a lot of options there.
But
out
yeah,
of the
these
three,
three
like,
missions
ghosts,
will be
I
ghost,
can
poison.
touch or hit ghosts.
Yeah, so I know
And-
that the first mission will be ghost, the second mission will be poison types. Maybe, who knows? Maybe other types as well mix into it. And then the third one is unknown because we do not know the reason why Pokemon are going disappearing. We don't know if it's part of a gang or it's part of something more sinister. I know that used to be. I know that they used to state that there used to be a scientist that went completely mad over there. So hopefully
Oh,
that isn't
interesting.
what.
Mission 3 sounds
what
kind
it
of
is.
interesting.
Hmm.
Fair enough.
It was very interesting receiving a letter from that area and reading it myself. I was like, that's an interesting pathway. What I'll probably do is stay in the village. I'll be your, how do I put this, your Pokemon Center, when you do come back,
AKA
I'll be in the
navigator.
I'll be your navigator, yes. I will be in, when you go on missions, I will be here, but I won't come with you. You'll be on your own, and if you really need me, then you contact me.
Well, maybe also to just try to figure out how to get like little communicator devices, so we can hear each other.
Yes. I will definitely be
That'll
making
be
some,
great.
I'll be giving you all runic magical phones that work with either distance or work with connecting each other. So it has a tracking device on it. So if you do get lost or you do have issues with a certain thing, like you're being chased by a Pokemon and you need to go, then I can find you or your partners can find you. But I highly recommend not going by yourselves, not separating. But yes.
Or someone's trying to chuck a Pokeball at you. Worst case scenario is a Master Ball.
Or try to throw a Pokeball at you, which is...
Master Balls are really rare.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They are.
Yeah, but if someone has them, who knows what they can do?
I mean, fair. It's just the chances of somebody finding one or even having one is very slim. First place.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I know there's some certain guilds, like Starlight Dreamers, they would give these certain missions like rankings. So like on a scale of, like D to 7, how would you like rate the 3 missions that I guess
Rating them.
Question, actually.
let's see.
If I could rate them to 1 to 10, I will state that the first mission will be 3 to 4, not too much. The second one, the same, and then the third one, I don't know the ranking. Because that ranking is very questionable, because we don't know
What we're up against.
if I can think about a ranking, what we're up against. If I knew what we're up against, I would rank it. But due to how mysterious, there we go. It is. I do not know what you will be going up against.
Yeah.
We might rank it as an 8 to be safe, or 7.
We might rank it as an 8 due to the amount of information we don't know. You would have to go and talk to the townsfolk there. Some of them may be a bit skittish for newcomers due to their past experience that I've seen in their letters. They're very
with natives, and we can book it from any of these 3 missions if we scout, find something, and go back to the guild to give the information.
I can
rather
give you
than
some
full throttle.
papers. I can probably give you some
brief papers when we do go on the adventures. We will be doing a brief talk about them, such as, well, you know, this could be either this location we meet up, or we meet up actually at the location when we drive there, and then we talk about it at that location, so we're already in there. There's going to be scenarios where the van, even though I can teleport the van anywhere, I'm not going to put the van in a dangerous situation. So the van will be staying in locations that are, you know, the starting point of your guys' mission. If you really need the van, and it's in an emergency, such as one of you breaks your leg, one of you falls off a cliff, or one of you gets really badly injured by a Pokemon, or you just guys need some healing, I do not mind giving you a van top-up, which I will give you a button for. This button is for emergencies only. It will be, once you use it, it's gone. You can't use it again. I will have to give you another one. Because it's safe, because the last thing I want is you guys dropping this button and someone randomly picking it up and pressing it, and all of a sudden they have a van with my technology, my stuff, and my Pokemon, because they do come with it as well. They do roam around in this van, and the last thing I want is my Pokemon being teleported to a known, unknown location and being hunted or being hurt.
Well, I think I have a suggestion. We'll guess, you know, the little feature of this button as a fail safe. Maybe only do like fingerprint registration only.
That is a lot of runic writing. That
Oh.
for that.
Yeah.
I will literally
and
have
some of
to.
us has multiple forms.
Yeah, one of us has multiple forms. Some people have, you know, their own way. Some people don't have fingers.
Like, I could create
right,
like a specific
didn't consider that.
pattern, but that is an extra effort.
It's a lot
A
of
soul
runic
print,
writing I have to
maybe?
make. Soul print.
Soul print?
That
It's
is
a
Like a
little.
fingerprint?
That's a lot of work.
That's
really
that's a
advanced
lot of
stuff.
work.
Okay.
Because think of it like this. I have to make a panic button for everyone that's in this guild. We have around 30 members. I need to make multiple of those buttons, so when people do go on missions, they at least have one on their person when in emergencies. Either one, I can give you guys only one emergency button if you don't feel like you are you don't trust yourself on having this button because you might butt dial it by accident, which I'll put a runic writing to make sure no one butt dials it, because last thing I want is me sitting in my van being like, wow, I wonder how my team is going, and then me teleporting in your living room. That is not what I want. Because I still work in my van.
Jeez.
Don't worry,
That's
I've had
funny.
moments where, because I have my car keys, which have the same
So
effect.
I'm just
I
laying on
press
the
them,
couch.
teleports.
Like,
I'm just laying in
like
on
one
the
of your
couch, but
friends
dial,
go.
but you get teleported into a random house. So I'm like, well, you want some tea? You want like an ice cream? I guess. You know, I'm here. You know, I didn't mean to. But other than that, yes, I don't want people butt dialing the devices. I don't want to be butt dialed, thank you. Like literally magically. That's a whole ass truck. And to be honest, I'm not paying for the damages if my truck decides to crush a TV or crush your sofa. I didn't do it. That was
Or your
butt.
Your tea table?
Or my or the tea table that currently sits. Hopefully your apartment is big enough. The last thing I want is destroying a tiny box that you have as called home. Because I'll feel bad. And I'll just give you a hotel and be like, you know what, take it, have a hotel. Sorry. Or,
What?
you know what, I'll just keep my van
That
there
is
and you can sleep in here for the night.
level
You know what?
generosity for you, Snowbell. That is some fucking goblin energy. I remember Iris did something like that. Like, oh, here's an apartment I'm not using. And they were
Well,
like,
normally, like, there's some good
this
hotels
tall,
nearby.
like a ferret.
And,
Like one room with like a mansion to them.
there will be, so these fun little missions will also bring some nice cool, you know, little goodies. Maybe you'll find some goodies around.
Yeah, like treasure.
but also some treasure. There's also some Pokemon. Well, there's exploration. There's Pokemon you may find that may not be, the type that you're currently looking for.
We can
Exploring
always
is
trade
definitely
a Pokemon
100%
we
good.
get, right? So if we capture
You could
Pokemon
trade,
someone
yeah.
else wanted, just saying.
Yeah, you can trade them. You can, you guys can trade Pokemon because there is PCs for that. You can sell the materials that fall off a Pokemon if you feel like it's, really useful.
Again, I'm primarily looking for an Umbreon,
Moral,
so
yes, it's
if
moral.
I have extra...
Please don't bring a dead Pokemon into the establishment and be like, here's the resources. If it's claw, a piece of fluff. Look, we had an entire conversation about that. You missed it.
Understood.
Wow, getting gaslit. Gaslit.
Yeah, I gaslight you.
I see how it is.
Says the one literally looking at Snom being like, I want to eat that. It looks like one of those chocolate shells that you get.
Interesting.
It does look like one. What do you mean?
I don't see it as that.
That's
I just see it as a normal small.
Cold shell. If that's the case.
Cold
Okay,
shell
let's
with
see.
every day.
white chocolate? You can't blame me for wanting to have a snack. Attempt.
You know what? Fair enough. Please
Okay.
don't eat my Snom.
Let's see. For these
Oh,
missions,
okay. Watch out.
Mom and give him cuddles.
I mean,
you know what? Out of spite, I'm
how
creating one of
it,
those. Is it a Snom or is it cake? I'm gonna make a Snom cake
Oh my
out of
god.
spite.
At least use a
Nice.
if you're making a Pokemon like is that cake, I highly recommend them using like plastic forks. Just like gently. Yeah,
Oh, absolutely, because if
absolutely.
someone
Not
is...
an actual knife. Is that cake? You chop into a Pokemon. It's actually
Yeah,
Pokemon.
and also make sure not to use it on the Pokemon that is a cake. That would be a...
Exactly.
Yeah, don't use it on the Pokemon that is cake.
Like,
That would be
if a
very
random
concerning.
Gnome is sleeping somewhere like this one, and someone decides to
I
use an
want to
actual
cuddle.
steel fork...
I want to cuddle. I want to
No.
pet him. I want to.
You can.
I
you
wanna
can
give him a
pet
little boot.
He's very friendly. You can pick him up.
Jeez.
He's
I'm
very
already
friendly.
working
He
on
loves,
the
he's
Lodric Plushie.
I give him
and
to
we
my
need
children to give them
remake
some
so many
emotional
stuff.
support.
So
'Cause
many stuff is to be done.
I have my my son that's very shy and he takes Snom everywhere with him. So Snom currently keeps the cooler from being
I
cold.
just finished the Wendigo sandwich ice cream for Galdir not too long ago, and the Celine winged pattern looking cake pop.
you take a lot of odd commissions.
Cake pop.
Yeah, because I have some interesting acquaintances that are rather
Very
important to me.
interesting.
What can I say?
Okay, regarding these
They don't
missions,
request you-
let's
they
see.
don't regarding
we should be
missions and stuff.
concerned.
I think in my opinion, how would I would rank them?
If I can't heal you, I might
About
as well make
the
some
Sinistea and
merchandise.
Poison Lake, or just Waterhole. I would rank it like at rank C.
Rank C, yeah.
And then for this third one, I give it a B.
Yeah. I feel like that's definitely a good ranking. I probably will do the C and B ranking system.
And also
It'll
D.
definitely be a good thing. A D.
Yeah, like the Starlight Dreamers ranking. So like D is like every I guess odd jobs like getting
Normally
cat out of
E-
tree. No, the thing is it goes from D
Yeah,
to
D's
S.
Like minimal complexity, basically,
Mm-hmm.
for the D. C is like a little higher. B is a little higher. A is kind of iffy. S is like
The hardest.
Save that for the veterans.
Yeah, S ranking is like
Yes,
high
so
risk,
those
high
are
reward.
all-
Like, B and
Yes,
higher
well-
are like difficult. Like, you might not make it
Yeah.
back as an option. C and lower might be like you can scout it. If you don't feel comfortable, then move back and regroup or
Yeah.
make a new plan.
Although I do
Make a new
notice
plan,
that some
there's
systems
distance.
that let you do
If
lower
it's
range
like
once you
grocery
reach a
shopping,
certain rank.
basically,
Uh, could you repeat that?
E will be
I do know
like
that.
getting grocery shopping, basically. Like you
Yeah,
get
being a messenger
something someone
boy.
needs that is like exactly, exactly.
Or maybe
Messenger
some of us are like,
boy,
we ain't no messenger
efficient.
boy, we're a delivery boy.
Yeah. E I could see it's like gathering
Okay,
herbs, but it's
Shrek.
not in a dangerous territory.
Okay, Shrek.
I guess maybe consider just E rank missions, like very small stuff like, oh, like I think of like a certain item that's like can be easily attained.
Exactly.
Or maybe like D rank
Like
would
a
be
D
like
rank monster might be like some
uh,
herbivore. Can still give you a headbutt, but wouldn't kill you.
or maybe a D rank commission
Depends
be
if
like
they have
a science,
if they-
or because someone wants to know like what
they have a heart
I
attack
guess
or if they have horns.
asking.
If you get pierced by a horn, you're a goner.
Ah. I do not want to deal with that ever again. Fair enough.
I will
Yes.
probably have to try and make some anti-venom for different Pokemon to sell. Do that. Probably have to send you
I
guys on a
can-
Pokemon adventure.
I can
Just
sample
get
some
some
poisons
antivenom's.
Have you ever accidentally
Redirecting.
gotten
too, but other than that,
impaled by a bee drill?
here.
I don't know what a beetle is. Is it a bee Pokemon?
Yes.
Based on the name?
Yeah,
Very big bee
and aggressive.
with lances for arms that can inject venom and
Okay.
pierce you.
Yeah, so
if you're
imagine
not-
a
if
wasp,
you
but
tick them off.
5 times bigger.
I
Oh, a
wouldn't say
bee drill?
5
Okay.
times. Look more like a bee with lances for arms. That's about the size, half the size of a human at least,
Yeah.
if not
Okay,
more.
comparison to Nate and other. Sorry,
A bee drill would
if you're not
probably
in-
pick him up
Aiden.
and fly off with him if it wanted to.
Uh,
Will it be like Nate or Aiden size
probably my size.
in comparison?
Yeah, probably his size. Or Nate.
Like, will Nate box a bee drill if it come down to it?
I think the bee drill would impale him to death before you had a chance to box him. Before you had a chance to box it. They're fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Back to my
When they're-
thing.
Yeah.
When they're
looks
angry,
like
they
that,
don't-
I'm concerned like
No,
maybe
when
like a
they're-
D
when
rank
they're
mission would be
angry-
like, oh, this
Yeah.
person wants to know like, oh, what kind of Pokemon is this? And you basically show them like, or I guess find a Pokemon like it and just show it to them like, oh, this is what Pokemon looks like, and here's their like Dex entry.
Yeah, you'll be using the normal Dex entry. The only thing there will be possibly is if a Pokemon has not been registered, they won't have anything. That is when you will have to fill it in yourself. Because who knows, you may find new Pokemon. Who knows? The adventure is out there.
I guess maybe C rank missions would be like, I guess like from Star Dreamers, you have to go out on like a little mini adventure, like nothing too serious. You go exploring, maybe like recon, like surveying Pokemon.
Definitely, yes. The fun little,
Small fun adventures that people can go on.
That
maybe also some delivery runs as well.
Going and delivering certain things to other Pokemon centers.
Helping
And
them
now
with
let's see, a
securing-
B rank would be like get certain like problems, like oh, there's like a Pokemon, let's say a Rhydon, going a little rampaging. It'd be like take on a little battle mission.
Is Rhydon like a rhinoceros?
Uh,
Uh, sort of, but really big and more dangerous.
Yeah,
Is
very
it
big
still a
and dangerous.
quadruped?
No, it stands on two, but I think sometimes they'll go on all fours. They want to, I guess. Most of the time I see them
Okay.
two.
Like, I'm starting to understand the name palette is at least helping me a little bit with estimating.
I actually have to get going, so have a good one, huh?
oh, okay.
Alrighty.
Well, take
I
care.
got you.
You take
Okay,
care.
cool.
It's good seeing you again. We'll be having these more often, kind of chilling and relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Well,
Have a
one
good
day
one.
we'll
Help
get our own like
yourself.
physical location.
Have a good one.
Yes, we will eventually get our physical location, and I'll start actually putting portals connected to Orlando and everything else, so people can actually, new people can, start walking in and start having a little fun time, a little fun
Well,
adventure. I did ask everyone if you guys do have a friend of yours that you wish to bring on these social times. You're very more welcome
I might
to let
bring
them
Lily
know.
or Whiskers if they're
Yeah,
available.
bring them in.
let's see.
I know that I'm going to
Lily
be
the
traveling around
Tiefling and
other.
Whiskers is the one that I call Scratch.
I'm going to be traveling around other locations, such as Voyage, which is water type, and Lion Fork, and all the other locations that are built-in guilds. I may also do Purple Lotus, but I won't have my truck and I'll be doing work, but I'll try to announce that a guild is going forth. If you guys also have other friends that you wish to invite, such as now occasions we'll have these social settings where we come and talk about what we've done, having just a little conversation, just getting to know each other. There may be new people coming in eventually, and once we start having money flow, we find and we start actually getting a good decent amount of individuals, we start thinking about actually having a location built for us. Maybe we'll find an old abandoned building and can just renovate it and make it our own. But I need to talk to my other guild owner, which is Ethan. Ethan is currently on a. He did wake up from his coma, but he's still kind of recovering. So he'll eventually be coming to our meet and greets, so you can also meet him.
Well, that's good to hear.
Another founder.
That's wonderful.
So yes, on the 24th, I'm not going to be available because I am having my kid, so I'm not going to be here for a little bit.
The kid?
Understood.
I will be in Orlando Saka. Oh, I will be in Orlando Saka Hospital. So if you want to come visit me because you really need to talk about something that's really important, I am always available. Or if you just want to talk, I'm there. That's where I'll be. But if you say that you're a part of the guild, I will just say, yeah, daughter, they can come in. I'll go talk to them if they really need to. I'm also available for messaging as well. Yes.
It's Lucario.
Yes, look, alright.
Wait, is that thing wild or is it it's shapeshifter?
No, it's a
Shapeshifter.
shapeshifter.
But yes, if you want, I could rent out the in-between building because it is a 2-floor house in the Astro Sea. I will just need to give pins or tags for any Pokemons, like this one and this one, like your van. If you have any other Pokemons that aren't in the Pokeballs. If you have them exclusively in the Pokeballs, that is fine. But the moment you
Yeah,
take
I have
them
them in the
out, then they
Pokeballs.
need pins. Otherwise, they
Surprisingly,
will get
I have all of my
sadly
Pokemon are
ejected.
out at the moment. Some are in my library, some are in my van, and some are at my house with my kids.
Yes.
They're all kind of scattered. I don't like leaving Pokemon in their Pokeballs. I like allowing them to kind of walk around when they do.
And that's fair. I just don't
Yeah,
want
I
any of
do
these,
let
like,
my Pokemon out from
cartridges,
time to time.
Appearing.
Although it's a little hard to just, kind of keep it
They're like
out
strange.
around in my world, because since Pokemon are just fiction, and I guess the best excuse I can make up is that, oh, they're like little dollies, little plushies. like life-size plushies. Well, the Pokemon are pretty small, so yeah, it might be a good excuse.
Yeah.
As an innkeeper, I see like Rick and Morty and other creatures go from their universe
Tipsy.
into the metaverse. So I'd rather just try to restrict what can appear because I don't want anything that will try to conquer my domain.
Fair enough.
I'm good.
And Ricky is rather dangerous teleport gun. So if I can eject one of the smartest human scientists in the cartoon universes, I'm proud of that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And Lily and a lot of others have warned me about Pokemon, so I don't want any like random chance of Pokemon having like a link weave to their location, like a random large Pokemon with like a lot of power. Because apparently there is Pokemon that are able to control time and space, or literally like summon tidal waves.
Yeah, we have those. You know,
So
basically Satan too.
natural twisters they could create is like no.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. No arguments there.
But yes.
I had to vent
More missions will
outside
cycle
because
through.
I was getting cramped in
Mm-hmm.
especially with
Yeah,
community.
let's. Okay.
Yeah,
What's
like
time?
I
is it?
expect people to wonder why I'm so
It is
against
5:16.
I understand
We've
Sephora
been
has
here
like
for
their weaves
hours,
because it's like a very
Oh, we've been here
loose
for
city.
4 hours. I think we've been here for 4 hours.
I think maybe at least
Like people from
2.5 hours, I think.
That's teleported 400 years into the
2.5
future has
hours.
entered in Sephora.
Yeah.
For me, it's
Aliens
Yeah, there
that
were a
we
few
started
Xenomorphs have been
around
witnessed.
it's open lobby at around 2 this 5.
anti-non-humans cults has arrived there.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Anything
thrown
from
around.
fantasy to
3
high
hours for me
sci-fi.
because my
Mm.
time is a bit different.
I see.
Yes.
So it's
Alright.
good to like try to like
There
minimize
was an
as much as
individual that did.
possible.
I don't know where they went. Just disappeared.
Astra probably fluxed and had difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 people joined, then they fluxed and disappeared. Well, in quotation marks. I think they had other. I also made to.
Maybe.
Okay. What do you guys want to do? Would you like to
I would like
head
to take a stroll
home?
of this.
Would
Oh,
you like
hold on,
to take
wait.
a stroll?
Take a stroll.
Would you like to?
Let me get my bag. Huh.
There's not a lot of locations that we can stroll into. Many of these pathways lead to a flower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is more my comfort
Now let's see. If we had to vote for like what kind of mission should go first, I feel like I want to take on the poisoned water first.
Poison water.
Oh, then we're
Okay.
gonna be
What I'll
teammates,
do
Nick.
is I will put the mission briefing out on the missions. I'll type it up and get you guys to sign your name up for the mission, and then I will put your
Fair
name
enough.
down.
Wait, do we
Alright.
do we need an ID to? Wait, do we need an ID to sign up?
You need a Pokemon ID to sign up for these missions. So you two are going to be doing those ID. It's
Alright,
easy.
I
It's
need
simple.
help with
You go to the Poke Center in
paperwork.
Orlando, Osaka. You literally just
Should be like
fill in a sheet and then
online
you get
few
it, and then
seconds.
you're able to do it. Yeah, and you can do it online. It's all online. It's all online. But all online nowadays. That's better. Tripping over my words.
The only
Yeah.
thing that's not online is the physical ID that they give you. They
Yeah,
just
the
mail
physical
that
ID
to
you
you.
will need to get that. But if you have it on print it out, or like even on your phone that you have an ID and you're registered, then that's fine. Because the last thing I want is you going to jail.
Yeah.
So we're getting fined.
Or whatever equivalent
I
of
already
a
been
jail
to
there is for
one
Pokemon.
jail cell this year. I don't want a second time.
Yeah. I
Yes,
guess it'd be pound.
the
Was that
pound.
a pun?
Damn.
Not really. Again, Pokemon animals are very similar, so a pound is the closest I could think of as a animal jail.
See what I'm
Fair
dealing
enough,
with?
you know?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard worse.
These silly puns.
So, yeah, just have a little guy, you know? It just happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to make a
Okay.
Ludwig plushie. I
Wait,
need to
am I
make
being-
cakes gnome.
Being
I guess
summoned, actually.
my work is ever going. Just I'm an interesting
You
summer.
got work to do, I guess.
What can I say?
Mm.
If I can't eat Pokemon that aren't naturally dead, I might as well mess with the local guildmaster.
Hey, fair enough.
Can't believe I'm being diddled. How dare. I hate that. Actually, diddled is not the word to describe what, you know, I'm like,
Okay.
doesn't sound great.
You say that, Snowbell, but what can I say? Sometimes we gotta compromise.
I'm very well married, and I'm gay, so I will just let you know that.
Hey. No problem. I'm intersex, so I can be either gender.
Okay.
Not the strangest thing I've heard.
I'm still very gay. I'm still very married.
Married.
Sorry.
That's it.
That's fine.
Still,
Have you ever
Still
heard
very
the
gay,
magical
very
word
married.
of polygamy?
Right.
Not the
Let's
strangest thing I've
start
heard.
wandering the forest then. How about that? Sounds a lot better.
yeah, let's start
Yeah.
walking before I have to pull out my
works.
married gay card.
Okay.
You're
Alright then.
What do you mean?
I don't know what this
Yes,
plant
you'll
is,
miss
Guildmistress is
but it's glowy thingy.
That I do not
married.
know. I just found it here. Assuming it has some glowing fruit. Please do not eat it. The last thing I want is you
Fruit or seeds?
exploding or glowing like a light bulb.
I wouldn't mind that. I just made it
I
closer
wouldn't
to a
mind- I don't mind
shiny.
exploding.
I do kind of wonder what kind of plant it
This
is.
berry tastes like death.
Boom.
Hey, it's like I said, you can eat everything once.
Yeah.
You question me. If I put like 7 different types of potions of like random things, I see you drinking them.
Hey, sometimes a drop
really
just
know.
gives you the minimum.
I think the fruit did something.
Oh, well, now I understand. I guess it just makes people glow.
Well, I'm
Yeah?
taking just one sample to bring home in case I can replant them. Let's see.
Oh, because speaking of like plant,
They usually have seeds inside of these.
this nature guardian,
so-
it's well knowledge with all the plants. I got to tell like what kind of species like similar and different, different plants. I guess when I do find this nature guardian, free it. I'm actually gonna bring some soccer flowers like from my homeworld, and I kind of compare between regular ones and blue soccer tree, and see like why the blue soccer tree is like
Yeah, that's- I
blooming
could
blue
say
soccer
that.
flowers year round, and others just like stop blooming flowers after it's out of season.
Alright, I unfortunately have been summoned to do something. I just realized the time. So I must depart a little earlier. Even if I wanted to stay a little bit longer, but recently I have a couple of people in my library that wants me to do something for them. So I have the shivers, so they're fiddling with my books. So I need to go figure out why.
Fine.
Ah,
So I will
Alright.
see you
Fair enough.
guys later. If you guys want to still explore around this area,
Uh,
free. If you guys want to go off on your own little adventures, you may. If you ever need me, I'm always a message away. But I'm
well,
to depart now.
if everyone listens to my stories about law adventures, we could do it next time. I guess if we see each other around.
Yes,
Aw.
do it next time. We'll be having
sure.
another social. We're gonna be doing the same thing here, same time.
Alright.
And you know we're gonna be
Thursday,
chilling,
the day
talking,
before.
just vibing. So anything that you do, you know, interest, and I'll also type up those missions so we can get people to.
And it's gonna go well.
have a little
I'm
fun.
sure of it. Nothing bad is gonna happen on
Hopefully.
either of these.
Alright.
missions.
I'm gonna take off now.
Nope, nothing.
Aw.
Alright, have a good one.
Yeah, I got a home to get to.
Good night, Nick.
Don't want my parents knowing that apparently I just snuck out.
Of the year 2000.
See ya, guys.
See you, Nate.
Look after yourself.
Which way did I go again? I think it was this way I went.